with Terran and Protoss, I'm a little bit more single track minded because my Terran and Protoss are honestly not as good as my Zerg. So I have to kind of like do with what I think works really well, easy peasy. But with Zerg, for sure, I was like, let's do like 4 different kinds of builds all the time. So I could like cater to a lot of people. But yeah, people that don't know what's going on right now, they want something to quickly to help them. That's one way to look at it. And the other one was people who have never played StarCraft before at all. They could be like, oh, this game isn't as complicated as it seems if I just break it down the way someone is telling me to, rather than try to do everything at once all the time. Alright, now for the PvP question. Let's talk about it. This is my approach on PvP, because guess what? We got a PvP right now, guys. It's a perfect time to talk about it. My approach to PvP is this. Open up with standard pressure / safety. Okay? You need to do this. What I'm really saying here is you need to open up with 2 gateways. It's just kind of required. I feel like if you don't, you're playing a very risky game. Unless you go cannon rush. It's like the only exception. So you can have a good amount of units that are being made that can keep you safe. Okay, are we getting cannon rushed? Or is this guy just AFK? He's not actually not making probes. He's not making probes, guys. I can't really tell if... Okay. I'm actually going to cancel the forge. I don't know. That Nexus skin? This is the fucking OP war chest skin. I can't tell if he's making workers out of it. What the fuck? Can you tell? What the fuck is he doing? I mean, he might be proxying me, which is fine. This is OP. Okay, if he doesn't have a gas still, I'm gonna make a pylon. I'm making a pylon. We're going for I'm gonna make an immediate stalker, and I'm gonna make a quick Stargate, and I'm just gonna go for an Oracle. This game is very weird. I'm gonna check the map with this probe. Yeah, I'm getting proxied. He made it look like he was AFK, dude. Okay, that's not a wall. Also, this is the Australian server. Just want to throw that out there really fast. I have to play a nice laggy ass Australian game here. Go to his base. No more
Closing parenthesis.
Yo, thank you. Love Mr. Girl. Thank you, dude. so laggy to play on, dude.
Intriguing. Cold pure. I am the voice.
Not even kidding. This is the fucking nice Australian server right here, and I'm getting proxy gated. It's awesome. So fucking dumb, dude. Oh man. I'm gonna leave. Oh god. Okay, he's got stalkers in my base now. Like it's one thing I thought was always really funny. I've said this before too. It's something about Australian players, man. Every time. Australian players just like to do these fucking builds that are like, I'm gonna make you have to micro really hard on a laggy ass server. I don't understand the mindset. It's like super troll. It's like an Australian thing. It's an Australian thing, boys.
State thy bidding. I am the voice of the eclipse. I serve.
Okay, there might be why am I playing on Australia? I have no choice. It's a server that StarCraft puts me on. But like, I don't mind that I'm playing on Australia. It's you know, the Australian server back in the day was not very populated, so it's kind of shitty for them because it's fucking boring playing on a server that's like dead. But I feel like there are some. I'm not even kidding. I think there are some players from Australia that look at the game server and go, "All right, cool. I know I have an advantage right now of like 200 ping. I'm gonna do a weird ass micro build now, like a Reaper all in or a fucking proxy gate." Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's funny. I think it's funny. That's how some people play like that. It's just like abusive.
You require.
Oracle perceiving.
Right, we're gonna get a robo now. This game is totally off the rails, dude. This game is weird now. It's totally off the rails.
How can I aid you? The threads of fate lie bare.
Like I almost actually convinced myself this guy was AFK.
An omen. Extrapolating strength. Nazutai.
Okay, he's got like mass shield batteries. He's going all in. Go back up to my main. This is what an all in looks like.
Dimensional strings attuned. The stars, we meet our fate.
I am here in the shadows.
We interpret.
Oh my god, dude. Yo, love you, girls. Thank you very much for the 5 though, dude. Yeah, that game was ridiculous. Yeah, if you guys don't know, let me tell you. So they merged servers because one of the servers was kind of like lacking population. So what happened was they added on another server to North America, which is now Australia. So players from Australia can have they play on North America, but they can have a server on North America as a whole. The region is North America. The server is Australia. You have to, you yourself as a player, connect to whatever server the game is hosted on. And that game was hosted on Australia, which obviously means that this dude right here, my opponent, is Australian. He's either from New Zealand, Australia, somewhere over there. Because the game wouldn't put us, like, we don't get to pick what server we play on. We get to preference it, but we don't get to pick it. So we played on his server for this game. Which, I have no problem with that, okay? I don't. It's all gravy. I don't even really have a problem with how he played. I just think it's funny. It's like the most abusive, control-based playstyle. Because you guys saw what was happening. He proxy gated me to a point where he walled me in with gateways. And then he was targeting my probes and my stalkers at the same time with fucking overwhelming amounts of zealots. He had like 4 zealots when I made my first stalker. And then he's like trying to target fire probes and shit. It was actually pretty hard to hold that. Alright, we might have got the same guy again. Also, I didn't realize my my pylons would not be a wall there. I guess it was a corner to corner block. Okay, this is on Central United States. It's probably not the same guy. If it was the same guy and it was going to be US server, it would most likely be US West. But it is another barcode. But yo, back to the original question I was trying to answer earlier before I started kind of distracted. The way I see PvP is I like to be the one who expands, and I like to do it safely through a sentry and a stalker. The sentry allows you to keep scouting, and the stalker keeps you safe from all different kinds of pressure. Stargate, stalker pressure, whatever. And then you just go from there. After you scout, you kind of try and dictate what seems like a good idea. Is he going to do a fast Stargate to you? Is he going to do a robo timing to you? Is he going to play standard? Is he going to also expand? You try and just like evaluate what he's doing and react in a good way.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, so he's playing what looks like standard so far. Excuse me. I don't trust it, man. Too many people do weird things. Alright. Yeah. Making the stalker in the sentry right now. Chrono boost the sentry, always. It gives you a faster scout, and sometimes in PvP, if you want to open up with an expansion, sometimes in PvP you really need to get a fast scout. It will change the different, like it'll change the course of the game in your benefit, because you might see something you wouldn't otherwise have seen faster. Excuse me.
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, so there's nothing in his main right now. There's nothing in my main either, but he is going for a sentry and a stalker. That tells me there's a very high chance he's going for an expansion. And also, since he is going for a sentry and a stalker, that also tells me I can make probes again, and I don't have to worry about 2 adepts running in my base. So I'm gonna start building probes this whole time. Probes take priority here. Chrono boosted as well. And then when I can squeeze in a robo, I will with money. Okay, let's make a hallucinated phoenix and just make 100% sure that he is actually expanding. Because if he's not expanding, we need to react to that. We'll die otherwise. Alright, let's make a robo in just a moment. Are you expanding? Yes, you are. Okay, cool. What are you doing tech-wise? Stargate. Okay, actually, no.
Shadows.
No, no, what's it called?
I am here in the shadows.
I'm gonna make a shield battery now in my mineral lines. This will help me keep my probes alive from one oracle pressure. And I'm gonna split up my stalker and sentry. I'll warp in another stalker at each base, so we'll have 3 stalkers each by the time the oracle gets here, probably. Because warp gate's finishing like right now. I can warp in a stalker. And we're gonna go into fast blink now. There we go. We got 3 stalkers each base.
I am here in the shadows.
Let's get ready to take our 3rd base. The oracles are coming from the bottom. I have a shield battery, so I can't lose probes already. It's not gonna happen. Even if he turns on the beam, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll lose 1 probe. The one unfortunate probe that was outside.
Base is under attack.
Scout him again.
Field online.
And now let's make a Templar Archives and a Forge and start kind of boosting out and also a Robo and start kind of boosting my blink upgrade. And we're gonna start going into more gates now.
Base is under attack.
So he's made multiple oracles, guys. He's still making oracles, by the way. So we still make Stalker. He likes oracles.
I am here in the shadows.
All we gotta do is blink on his oracles 1 time, and we just get like this massive kill. Keep chrono boosting the upgrade, and we're gonna get charged next. And let's go ahead and start building a couple of pylons outside my base a little bit. The reason why is because it's going to give me scouting potential for oracles again. And if he stops to kill a pylon, that's shitty for an oracle, pretty hard. It's really bad. Okay, he went DTs. Fucking A, dude. I have an observer finishing in just a moment. I can heal that pylon up, but now I have to deal with DTs in an annoying way.
Your probes are under attack.
So super cheesy, again. Mass oracle, or oracle pressure toss into DTs. That's why you make the robo. Although if you don't make the robo in PvP, you just auto die sometimes.
State thy bidding.
There, we caught the DTs. And now we start going into charge.
Mineral field depleted.
Charge and Archon. Let's get another observer.
Upgrade complete.
We're gonna go to 10 gates. Now it's good. We're at 10 gates. And keep making units. Archons and charge lots, guys. The more we get, the better off we are. Obviously. Like, but it's important to maximize your gateway. Try your best to maximize your gateway while you're adding more gates to it. Don't just neglect your gateways for like a good 3 minutes and be like, okay. I have neglected my gates a little bit here, more than I should have been. So I am guilty of that. Oh my god, it almost died. side. Alright, do you have a third base? Let's go send one zealot out there right now, because he actually, yes, he does have a third. He has stasis traps. And the only way I can really see myself losing this game at this point is if I run into a stasis trap.
We shall stand against the light. Justice. The merging is complete. We need focus. I return to serve.
Okay, we just set off 2 stasis traps. Good shit. His army is okay sized. This is my army, guys. That's his army. It's similar. I do think I have more Archons than him. What are his upgrades? 1-0. I'm about to be 2-0. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And we have shield battery cannon every base now, so... Or no, I don't, not here. Okay, I need one here. This will keep us safe if this guy goes for some bullshit attack in some way. Let's get a second Robo, a Stargate, and a Robo Bay, so we can start switching. Okay, we killed both of his Oracles.
I am the voice.
I'm just gonna send Zealots kind of like all over the place right now. Hallucinated Zealots, they will set off stasis traps. I don't know if he has more. Okay, let's not take this fight. Let's not take this fight, guys. It's no point. I'm on a 4th base. He's not. There's absolutely no reason I should feel like I have to take that fight right this second. He's going just max Zealot mode here. So are we. We're making a lot of Zealots too. But how about I just bank the fact that I can transition as well? That would make it. That would be a smarter idea, I think. Like I'll add in just a couple disruptors. Okay, there's his 4th base finally. So he is starting a 4th. We'll defend ourselves if we have to. Like, you know, stay in a defensive position. But I shouldn't feel like I have to move out and attack really bad. Okay, here he comes. So he's gonna start smacking my Nexus and fight near buildings, which I can use to help me. Jesus. Everything's like underpowered.
Command me. Upgrade complete. Base is under attack. We embrace the glory of battle. I return to serve.
Alright, we're actually done. GG. So, I actually, you know what I think? I think I should actually make a Dark Shrine a little bit faster. I had the means to make a Dark Shrine. And back when I was saying, like, why do we have to attack? That whole spiel I gave you guys. Where I'm just preparing for the end game here more and more and more. Always make a Dark Shrine. Always make a Dark Shrine in PvP. And this is why. I had 10 gates. This guy had 10 gates. This guy was massive. Like, he was very committed to what he did here. I feel like my transition was better than his by a little bit. I had more versatility than he did by just a tad. He was literally stopping on Charge Lot, Archon Immortal, and that's it. There was nothing beyond that. There's no Robo Bay. There's no, there's his early Stargate, but there's no Fleet Beacon. There's no multi-Stargate. It's literally just fucking mass gateway units now. So what I could have done is I could have made a Dark Shrine back when I was preparing for things, when I was getting ready to be prepared. And if he warps in Zealots non-stop into my main, I can warp in half as many DTs as he warps in Zealots, and then I can just warp in Zealots as well. So if he warps in 10 Zealots, I can warp in 5 Zealots and 5 DTs. And I can literally just be like, alright, I'm done. Because those 5 DTs are going to fucking annihilate his Zealots off of my Zealots. And it's gonna repeatedly, it will repeatedly kill his Zealots over and over and over. Because he can't see them. He literally can't do anything about it. Because they're invisible and they fucking own things really, really fast. A DT can 4-shot a Zealot. So, actually, if I have good weapon upgrades, a DT can actually 3-shot a Zealot. Which I did. I had level 2 weapons. So I could have been 3-shotting his Zealots with DTs. Would you ever go for carriers? To be honest, no, not really anymore. I think carriers kind of suck now. If I was going to be a Protoss, okay? And I was like, alright, I'm going to go carriers. And my opponent went for Revelation and Tempest. I'd be pretty sad as the carrier guy. Because all that's going to happen to me is the carrier Protoss is going to go forward and he's going to get picked apart by Revelation Tempest. You can never catch the Tempest with carrier. Carriers are slower than Tempest. And carriers also get hit really hard by Tempest. And also carriers have less range than Tempest. Like a Tempest can just kite carriers forever. And it's not even like it's going to take very long. If you have 8 carriers versus like 8 Tempest, 8 Tempest can 1-shot a carrier, back up for 2 seconds, 1-shot a carrier, back up for 2 seconds, 1-shot a carrier. And just repeat this process over and over. Alright, we might be getting a cannon rush right now, guys. That's a really fucking fast probe. Everyone's cheesing me today. I'm getting cheesed again. Is it Proxy Gate? Two gateways. I make 2 gateways. Oh my fucking god. Seriously? You gotta be fucking joking right now, dude. Oh my god. Oh my... Oh, how lucky is this motherfucker right now? How lucky can this Protoss be?
As one. Command. By your will.
It's fucking frustrating, dude. Oh, what the fuck? He did it again. He keeps blocking my door. What a boss.
We are the Blade Orange. We stand as command. By light or higher. We command. Orange. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. Very well. Just cold cities void. I'm in a team. We stand. I am here in the shadows.
Oh my god, dude. The cheese levels are off the charts right now. Yo, ViBE, do you have any idea on how to approach Terran yet? No, I don't have put enough time in. Like, I'm gonna continue playing Terran eventually. I played Terran yesterday for like 3 hours. But yeah. Yeah, but him saying this map safety, by the way, is the way he justifies a loss. A player like that will never improve. If he truly believes that saying that is how it works, a player like that will never improve. He doesn't take a loss and go, oh, well, what can I do differently to improve this? He goes, balance. Map design. Bullshit. You're not gonna ever get better if you make excuses like that for yourself. That's just how it works. Like, I literally fucking said, oh, look at that probe, guys. It's really early. He's cannon rushing me. And then he didn't build the pylon super close, so then I assumed it was gateways. And it was gateways. And it still was a cannon rush. It was very all in. If you can get enough stalkers in time, you can not only kite zealots indefinitely like we did the other game, but you can also deny cannons from going down forever. You can kill every single cannon that goes down. If, like, you know, if he tries to expand his cannons forward, and I have 4 stalkers, I can kill fucking cannons, easy peasy. So yeah, it's just there's no actual rational thought with him saying that. It's not legit. It's just more of a, I guess, a rationalization for himself, being like, this is how I lost, and nothing else matters. It's all Balance's fault. It's all David Kim's fault. Okay, this guy's gone for a really fast command center. That's like CC first type shit right there. I don't know how, but I keep selecting 2 probes every time I try to take a gas probe, and it's, I don't know how I keep doing it, but I keep doing it. It's really bad. I had this problem yesterday too. I don't know why. It's like I'm green boxing everything in a way that I shouldn't be. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do this game specifically. gonna try and do a fast Oracle pressure to this Terran. And I'm gonna try and kill a bunch of SCVs. Because he did delay gas really hard for this. This is a really fast command center. He's gonna go into like triple racks. Pressure. It's probably gonna be that stim pack build. Where they do like an eventual stim pack timing. Which is all good. I'm just gonna try and chrono boost out oracles really fast. As a reaction to this, to see if I can punish his workers for that. And I'm gonna wait till I have 2 of them.
I am here in the shadows. Intriguing.
Alright, let's move out with the Stalker a little bit, get our second Oracle going. Chrono boost it again.
Oracle perceiving.
How many Marines do you have?
I am the voice of the eclipse.
He's got a lot of Marines. So it is going to be that timing, guys.
Dimensional strings attuned. Harmonized. You seek guidance.
Send the Oracles in. I'll send the Stalker up one more time. Is the bunker done now? Yeah, the bunker's done. Okay, so he's probably going to be in his main base with all these Marines. We gotta pay attention right now.
Let us begin.
Research.
Yep. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Okay, that was so. What can I take away from what just happened here? I don't like going oracles against someone who goes CC first. I feel like it's actually not good. That felt bad. I actually think I should have gone Robo. And I should have pressured the front more. Because he didn't even have a bunker. If I would have had more Stalkers than a Robo, I am like immortal, I could have probably broken him that way. I think now we're kind of in a situation where the Terran is most likely going to push me soon. And we need to try to get ourselves prepared for that.
I am here in the shadows.
Now he knows I have another base over there. So he is most likely going to go that way now instead.
Our pylon is under attack. Research complete. complete.
Okay, back it up, back it up.
You require my skills. Mineral field depleted. Stable. Is the void.
Okay, we're gonna start getting some storm as well. Okay, here he comes into my main.
Our pylon is under attack. Mineral field.
We have a little bit of defense at our third as well. Let's leave my stalkers, honestly. Leave the stalkers in my main. So I can defend future attacks of that same thing. Let's make some more stalkers for my actual army. Okay, SCVs are being pulled with this one, so this is kind of it. Fuck. No, 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 dude! No, come on! One fucking storm! Oh my god.
Upgrade complete.
Getting real fucking tired of getting all in every game, dude. Like every game.
Justice.
Like, dude, his upgrades are 0-0 right now. I was so close to having Storm right there. We're almost holding. Okay, we have Storm now. Holy shit, dude. Good God. Good God. Is all I can say. Oh, we actually have Stalkers in the main as well. I forgot about those. I probably should be using those now.
You require my skills.
Alright, here's another SCV pull. This time we have Storm, though, as well. Let's storm the temple, the medevac. Oh my god, dude. Guys, the holds are fucking crazy today. Every game, except for the one. We didn't get all in that one PvP where I died to a charge lots in my main at like a high supply. It's the only one so far. Every other game, all in, all in, all in, all in, all in, all in. Fucking god, man. Why not build a single Void or some Phoenix and a Stargate when you see it's a Marauder force? You see, it's not that simple. How much damage do you think a single Void Ray is going to do? Also, what do you think the Phoenix are going to do? like in a perfect world, on paper, it sounds good, right? You're like, oh well, if he has no anti-air, let's hit him with air. But here's the problem with how this is kind of what kind of goes on here. Okay, if I make Phoenix to kill Medivacs, those things are expensive as fuck on the gas, which means that I would basically have to give up one form of my AOE. Like, I'm not gonna make one Phoenix and be like, that's good. I'm gonna probably make like what, like 6 Phoenix, 6 or 7 Phoenix to be able to kill Medivacs. And if I do that, seriously, I'm gonna have to sacrifice either my Colossus or my Templar in that first big fight that happened. Something is not gonna be there anymore, because you have limitations to your resources. You can't just be like, I'll just build everything. So you have to sacrifice one gas unit for the other. And if I sacrifice AoE against a Terran who's going Marine, Medevac, Mine, Marauder, that's going to be a big problem. Now, I didn't really get much of my AoE off with my Templar. Granted, he was actually like stim packing them down, like going fucking gung ho on the Templar. I only got I made 4 Templar, and only 1 out of the 4 Templar actually stormed, because the rest of them died as they had like 71, 72, 73, 74 energy. And storm cost 75. The last Templar literally stormed and died as it fucking died. So, yeah. That's one problem with that. He's going for an army that needs to be AoE'd, and I'd be sacrificing AoE to go into Phoenix. The other thing is he has Widow Mines. I can't just camp the Medivacs, because if I fly over Widow Mines do insane amounts of damage to shielded units. They're gonna pop my fucking Stargate units pretty fast. They're gonna die super hard. Like the Stargate units are going to have a bad time trying to engage with just camping the Medivacs. And then finally, if I make, let's just say hypothetically, I made just 1 Void Ray, and I sacrificed 1 Templar for a Void Ray. That Void Ray has to commit into Widow Minefield range and Marine range with Medivacs healing it to be able to do anything back. And the whole point of what my army is doing is it is kiting and killing the Terran. I'm not just standing there meat shielding it. I didn't have enough to do that. That's why I was retreating the whole time, because he was all-in the shit out of me. So I can't just stand in there and be like, let's fucking fight. Like, if that's what a Void Ray would have to do. A Void Ray cannot kite. A Void Ray is not a unit that has the ability to kite. A Void Ray is a unit that has the ability to pressure if it's able to actually stay in the fight. So it wouldn't have done that, because he had Widow Mines pushing me and Bio pushing me with a bunch of Medivacs, and SCVs also Parade pushing in. Anything I would have made at Stargate, it would have literally flew in and it would have died. That is 100% would have happened. I was not in a position where I could hold my ground. I was in a position where I had to fall back and pick him apart. And the only reason why I won that game is because I had enough Colossus with enough time to swipe his units away to thin his army out. Because as we saw at the end of that game there, he had like 13 Medivacs, or like 12 Medivacs trying to heal like 2 Marauders. It's because we lost the 3rd base, sure. But in losing the 3rd base, he basically lost his main and natural because he pulled all of his fucking SCVs. He pulled like 32 SCVs in that fight. And he killed my 3rd base. If my Storm would have been out a little bit sooner, just a tad bit sooner, we probably wouldn't have lost my 3rd. We probably would have saved the 3rd as well. I'm getting passionate right now, guys. Sorry. It might sound like I'm yelling at someone, but I'm listening to myself, and it sounds like I'm talking loudly. But I'm just explaining. The passion. But I don't know, the biggest way I can, I like that you guys ask questions. That's how you should be, honestly. Because you should never just take things as like, oh, someone else told me something's good, automatically I think that too. That's a bad way to view things, because then you never actually truly learn yourself because you're not thinking for yourself. So just know that asking questions is always a good thing, because you should always question why things happen. But save your questions as well for when a streamer wins rather than when they lose. I know I just won last game, okay? That's just common sense though. If you ask people, if you ask a streamer, why did you do this? Right after they lose, they're gonna get super annoyed. So there's a right time and a right place to ask the question. What is the benefit to pulling SCVs in a fight? The benefit to pulling SCVs in a fight is it makes his army not get hit as fast. Like his Marines and Marauders, they don't actually take the damage first, because the way the AI works in StarCraft is it's going to most likely attack the nearest possible target. Like if I have a bunch of Stalkers and Zealots, and they're on A move, and he has a bunch of Marine Marauder and SCV on A move, his SCVs are melee, they're going to be in the front, and it's going to buy his Marine Marauder time while I'm killing the SCVs for his actual bio army to shoot down my Zealots and my Stalkers and whatever else is there. It's just going to give him more time basically to not make his actual DPS units take damage. That's the advantage of pulling the boys. You buy more time. It's like having bunkers basically, but it's at the sacrifice of your economy. You have a higher uptime on your DPS units.
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, double stalker pressure. Okay.
We are one with the shadows. I serve now. Quiet. Cold is the void. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Okay, so here's the difference between me and my opponent. I have an expansion. He does not. So now I am the one making units at a much faster rate than he is. Or I will become the one. He might all in me, guys. That's very possible. I'm going to scout him again with another hallucinated Phoenix. And we're going to confirm that. But for the time being, I am no longer chrono boosting probes. I'm chrono boosting Stalkers. And if he does not have an expansion, I will start chrono boosting Immortals. This guy seems like an aggressive Protoss, who's going to do a one-base timing.
I am here in the shadows.
But yeah, I am all these probes here. He doesn't have these. This is extra mining that I have that he doesn't. And now, and also, since I know he made a Robo, I'm going to open with an Immortal rather than open with an Observer, because I'm not really expecting really fast DTs now. See, he was pushing me. He actually killed my scout, so I can't actually see that. Let's make a couple of batteries, though. Let's also make a Zealot and chrono boost that Immortal. Get on top of the ramp a little bit better, so we can shoot him right as he comes up. This very well might be an all-in, though. Very, very well might be just a big fatty all-in. And if we have shield batteries in time for when it gets here, then this is going to be really easy to hold. It's an all-in. Okay, so hold my probes. Shield batteries did so much work right there. And now that he just failed an all-in, now let's chrono boost our probes. That's an all-in that he just massively failed right there. The shield batteries are why we won that. Okay, so let's back up. Chrono Boost probes, like I just said. Retake my natural full saturation again, and let's scout his base and just 100% confirm that he isn't even starting a new natural, so that we know we're just 100% good to go here. Let's see, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to expand? Nope. He's probably just going to do the exact same thing again with another round. There's another prism. So, yep. It's going to be the exact same thing again, guys. Let's just add on 2 more batteries. And now we're going to have 4 batteries. And let's make a pylon down here in my main, so I know that if he tries to leapfrog into my main base. This is going to attack me, though, again, 100%. There's no question about that. Like, I'm going to get all in again. And every second that goes by, he killed a lot of my probes, but he didn't touch any of my main probes. He only killed the natural probes. So now every second that goes by, he's just getting further behind because I have now once again resaturated that mineral line. So he has a choice to make. Does he want to break the natural again? Or does he want to try to, like I said, leapfrog into the main? I'm going to actually put a few stalkers in the main just in case there's like a sentry prism that goes in there. I don't want to have a situation where like I get force fielded out and he starts warping shit in. That would suck. Keep chrono boosting immortals. And no more probes. We're gonna probes. Alright, it's in the natural. Okay. So he's hitting the front door again. This is never gonna work. I have so many shield batteries. Just healing the shit out of my army. And I have so many immortals defensively standing here. Focus fire that prism one time. GG. There we go, boys. See, I like positions like that. Oh my god, the guy had 8,999 MMR. I like being in positions like that where you're the one who defends. You're the one who just defends everything. And you're the one who has a better economy. Just look at this worker's active graph here. Even when he did his all-in and I pulled the boys, I matched his probe count for a moment because I still had my main base, and then we just retook it up again. It's the exact same. Like, thanks for the explanation with the SCVs, then giving a good chance to see it with your probes. Exactly. The probes, the whole point of the probes there is not actually to do damage. I could give it, like, honestly, if the probes had no damage at all. By the way, it's 5. A probe damage, an SCV damage, and a drone damage. It's 5. If you could actually take that away, if you're like you, take away the probes, take away the worker's ability to attack things, and instead give them like a little bit of a vest, okay? You got a little worker vest. It's like a little bulletproof vest that you put on a probe or some shit. And then now this probe can't attack anything, but it has like 10 extra hit points. I'd be like, yeah, let's fucking do it. As long as it's in the front and it can still take the AI's auto attack from all my enemy units. If my workers have more health that just gets punched in the face with, I'll take it. Because the whole job of pulling your workers is to absorb damage so that your real units behind it can actually deal damage longer. So that they don't, they don't die as fast. Basically combat shields. Yeah, I want to have probe combat shields. Drone combat shields. I want to have an evolution on a hatchery right next to Overlord speed. And it's called Drone Vest. I want my drones to be tankier, guys. But if you can't attack, they won't aggro. You see, I like that you said that. You know your shit. That's true.
Defending super early cheese like proxy racks or cannon rush would be impossible.
Yo, Xenon, thank you very much for the bits, dude. Yeah, that's why it's an upgrade. It's like a, okay. Here's a good way to explain it. This is more where my mind was thinking, because now you guys are getting really technical with this whole worker thing. You guys know Warcraft 3? And you know how in Warcraft 3 you have the race called human? And you know how human has a peasant, which can also become a militia? It's more like that. It's more the logic I'm kind of thinking of. You can just like hit a button on your main base, which like upgrades your workers for a period of time. It's called Call to Arms. Yeah, again, T Smurf knows. He fucking knows. You like have a limited period of time where like your workers have this buff. It's like they basically went to the armory and grabbed a weapon and a shield or some shit for the next 20 seconds or 30 seconds. And for that period of time, your workers are buff. They just have accelerated health.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Ralph. What's up, dude? Great teaching. Happy holidays. Thank you, Ralph. Happy holidays to you too, dude. Thank you very much for the 5-month sub. My dude. My dude. Alright. Yo, guys. Really quickly. Are you looking at this Zerg's base right now? And are you going, God, that looks fucking sweet? Look at that building skin. Guess what? In the chat right now, if you type !war. !war. All you gotta type is that right there. It'll link you to a nice, purchasable war chest that Blizzard just released. And you might say to yourself, you know what, that looks pretty fucking good. I want that right now. Well, guess what? You can get it right now as well. And if you buy it through that link that I just told you to go to, you also not only get to buy it for the same exact price as you would off Battle.net's website directly, but buying it through that link I just gave you also supports me as a streamer by giving me a small percentage of the sale. It's fucking sweet. So if you want to be a boss and you want to be if you want to be looking good in StarCraft and supporting the VFam at the same time, that link is perfect for you right now. What game? It's StarCraft, my dude. I have not been getting notifications for War Chest XP. Did you make sure you connected it? You have to connect it. Just click on the little widget on my stream, or the little linky thing, and start clicking around on it, and you'll hit like do trial and error, hit buttons. You'll figure it out eventually.
Glory to the Daylong. Yes.
It's just right on there though, on like directly on the screen where you see it, like up there or some shit, where I'm pointing, somewhere up there, I believe.
Give us your.
You'll you just gotta click around and like make sure you connect it. It's in your, if you go to your settings page in Twitch, it's your connection, and you click connections, that's where you gotta go as well. It's right in there. And you gotta make sure that Blizzard War Chest XP, whatever the hell it's called, Blizzard War Chest, make sure that's connected to your Twitch account.
I have met the enemy.
Okay. We are getting pressured really hard here. Are we getting all in again? I wouldn't be surprised. Like in every game, dude.
Glory to the Daylong. The Templar mark.
Research complete.
Oracle perceiving. Short.
Okay, no, it's not an all-in.
Where shall we march? Let
At
us
least I don't think it is.
give us your command. Yes, executor.
An Aerodine Rashagal.
Your probes are under attack.
Extrapolating strings. I see. Dimensional strings attuned. The threads of fate lie bare. An omen you seek guidance.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, El Grande Dotti. El Grando TY.
Receiving.
What up, dude? Thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the ViBE, bro. Oh, we are getting attacked. Hardcore.
I have met the end.
You seek guidance.
Should have thought nothing less.
Glorious combat is upon us.
Man. How many games? I love it. This is StarCraft. I don't know why I'm getting upset about it today. I mean, I know it's gonna happen every game. Shit, just bang my head on the headset. Or on the microphone stand. Every game, it's gonna happen. I shouldn't really be surprised. It's gonna happen every game. My macro needs to be better. That's all I can say. We definitely had a lull of time here where I was not using the gateways at all. I wasn't using my gateways. So that's something we can improve on. Like, I can make 2 adepts, then I can make like 4 sentries, and then I can seriously just start making stalker, all off my first 2 gates. And by the time he showed up there, I should have seriously had probably like 6 stalkers. 3 adepts, or it would have been a couple of adepts, some sentries, 3 oracles, and the stalkers. I do think I could have held that if I had produced properly. So, my bad. I kind of deserved to lose that one. I was playing a little slow. Void Rays instead of Oracle. You suspected cheese, right? Again, not a good idea. Because I lose all ability to harass my opponent if I go Void Ray. Which is the whole point of the Oracle. And just because you see Lings with speed outside your base early does not automatically mean I'm 100% being all in. That's an assumption. I assumed I was going to be all in, but you got to keep in mind, he did not actually attack me for about 3 minutes after I saw the Lings. That's a long fucking time just to sit there turtling on Void Rays. If my opponent does not attack me with that type of a timing, and I just make defensive Void Rays, I'm gonna probably not be in a great spot. Because I'm just gonna be sitting there turtling for no reason when I should be attacking this. Basically, here's the grand scheme of things. If you're against a Zerg, and you do literally nothing to attack their economy, you just let them do their thing, you're gonna lose every single game to a good Zerg player. Because they're always gonna have more than you. Every time. The Oracles make it so that I can't always be overpowered by like my opponent just having more than me. Something is fucking happening here. I don't understand what it is. It's some targeting thing that I'm not understanding right now with this gas. It's doing it again. I'm just targeting dudes in the gas. It's freaking me out, man. Like I just don't understand what the fuck is happening with my gas probes. It's a glitch? Okay, I'm glad it's a bug that everyone knows about, because I'm glad it's not me. Like, how the fuck does this keep happening? That makes me happier that it's happening to everybody. Alright. We're getting ready to scout him with a hallucinated phoenix, and we're kind of just chilling right now.
The skies await.
Making stalkers, slowly adding in probes.
I am here in the shadow.
Okay, he's gone for a sentry as well. Because that was Phoenix versus Phoenix, hallucination versus hallucination. There's a good chance he has an expand now, because he opened up with a sentry. His expand is a lot later than mine, though. He's rushing a core, or not a core, a council, sorry. I'm going, so here's what I think this is going to be, guys. This is actually what I think this is going to be. Pylons right here, right now. I think this is going to be Blink. You can see he made Sentry and Stalker defensively, but this is a super late natural. It's like 50 seconds later than mine. I think what he's going to do is he's chrono boosting this, by the way, so he's doing something with the council. I think it's Blink, and I think what he's going to do is he's going to fly into my fucking base with a warp prism. Out of this warp prism, he's going to drop sentries, which are going to block my ramp, and then he's going to blink on either side where my army is weakest. That's what I think is going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a, in a moment here, I'm going to put a shield battery on both sides of my ramp. Like one battery, one battery. And I'm going to cut my army up in 50-50 increments here. And we're going to scout him one more time. There's the Blink Stalkers.
I am here in the shadow.
Chrono boost out of my Immortal.
I return to serve. Our
Okay, maybe it's just Blink. Okay, cancel the Immortal. This guy might actually, now here's what I think he's doing. Now I actually think he's going to go Disruptor, Blink Stalker. That is now what I think is going to happen. Let's get an Observer now, and we'll start making, whatever it's called. Disruptors and Stalkers. It seems like he's not doing the weird all-in I was talking about. But he did rush a Blink upgrade for no gain. Like, he killed 0 units. He weakened up 1 Stalker. So I feel totally fine in this game right now with how this is kind of going. He might have also rushed Blink because he was afraid I might go for a Stargate or some shit. I don't know. Blink is actually great against early Stargate Protosses, but I didn't go Stargate. So, I don't know, man. It's not worth it. Okay, we also now have Disruptors. Go through his base and check it out. He's going Stargates now. He's got a Robo. It looks like he's going to start going into Tempest Disruptor. Like, he's going to play my PvP style. It seems like. This is how I like to play PvP as well. But he did it in a not super efficient economy way. Like, it wasn't the most efficient way to set his base up. This is like Ling Bane Protoss vs. Protoss. Let's go ahead and get a cannon in my mineral lands here.
consciousness awaken.
Just in case he goes DTs, it'll help a lot. And we're gonna go check and see if he has a third, otherwise we will defend my third. Okay, he's attacking my third right away, right now.
Your probes are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
Okay. Good charge. Start getting ship weapons.
Engaging the enemy.
He has this base. Let's go poke it.
Mineral field depleted.
Take another base. Watch my army. Send my sentry back home. It's just gonna fuck my AI up of my stalkers.
For the reckoning. We begin. We begin. I.
Okay, where are you? Okay, there he is. He's actually not doing my style. Let's back up right now. There's no reason to stay now. I'm gonna send DTs into his main. If he doesn't have cannons or an observer in the right spot at the right time, we will fuck him up. And now we're going to go into Tempest.
What would you ask? Speak the darkness. Research complete. Ancient Jakku. My life for hire.
Okay, cool. We're gonna fuck him up right now. Now we're gonna smack his third. He's probably gonna go back home now and defend this, and we'll beat his third up while he's out of position.
Is upon us. Upgrade complete. Genetic matrix. Deliver reinforcements.
So he's going he's going Mass Phoenix. Okay. Let's get Archons.
I'm it. Our charge. My life for hire.
More gates too. So we did cripple him a little bit right there.
Base is under attack.
It's definitely not the end of the game right now, but or for him, it's not like he's dead, but we did cripple him a bit. Go on my probes.
We seek justice. We fear
And we'll go into Archons again now.
vengeance.
Tempest Archon, because he's going Phoenix heavy.
Mineral field depleted. From the shadows I come. Your probes are under attack. From the shadows I come.
Okay, I want to know what composition he's going for. I really don't have any idea right now. He could be doing a lot of things at the moment. He's going Tempest as well. Time to get an Oracle.
Mineral field depleted. Vengeance is out. Genetically assault data. My life for hire. Direct my is complete.
Dimensional strings attuned.
Oracle will fuck him up so bad because I can revelate him now.
We embrace the glory of battle.
I'm making DTs over there. Okay, we got a revelation.
From the shadow.
DTs will help clean up this base really easy.
From the shadows I come. My light for hire. Upgrade complete.
Let's make sure he doesn't have any more bases than 4.
Oh, yeah.
Mineral field depleted.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
State thy bidding.
My revelation's gonna fall off, so that's why I'm not staying in the fight now. Yo, the name story. Thank you very much for the sub, dude. Welcome to the V-Fam.
My meditation. Our charge. My light for hire. What would you ask? Your probes are under attack. State thy bidding. We are one with the shadow. I am the heart of dark.
Oracle perceiving. Dimensional strings attuned. How can I aid?
Find his army, revelate it.
Justice be done.
Are we?
We are the blade.
Let us begin.
We embrace the glory
I
of
don't know where his army is. We need to be very careful right now.
We stand as one. Mineral field depleted. I am the voice of the eclipse. Mineral field depleted.
If I move out in a bad way, we could very quickly lose this game. There's his army.
Vespene Geyser exhausted.
From the shadows I come.
Field depleted. Genetic matrix active. We embrace the glory of battle. We like Cassam de Templar. I like what I
What would you ask of us? From the shadows I come.
We embrace the glory of battle.
From the shadows I
This army just got manhandled.
Vengeance.
So I know I haven't been talking, sorry.
the darkness.
But what we just did right there was we just focused on DT defense against his charge lots, that were he's constantly warping in my base, and we focused on Archon Tempest and the actual army. And now that we just broke him like that, there's no chance for him anymore. I can literally just kite all day with Tempest down. And I can do my own Zealot weapons now to help assist my push. Kill his newest base. That's the most important part about all of this.
Glory reborn.
Command me. All integrity failing.
Shit, my gateways, my stargates are actually underpowered. Fuck. I really want to kill that base, but this is actually getting kind of cost inefficient.
Upgrade complete.
Here. Group up my zealots. We're gonna go from a different angle. We're gonna go from the top angle instead of like right down the middle.
Orders.
We seek justice.
Hate to the wind. We just victory.
Just keep kiting. Okay, now I can just overpower the zealots by themselves. If he lets me kill units like that, cool. Another round of zealots. He's going into this mass stalker transition, so zealots are going to just overwhelm him. But as soon as he blinks like that, we can commit to a fight here.
We stand as
Maybe. And the problem we both have is we're both running out of money. So if this base dies, it's the exact same base as this one over here for me. If this base dies, out of money. Out of money. Pretty much out of money. You're getting really low. This one is also getting kind of low. We've had 4 base versus 4 base Protoss for a while now. So these 5th bases are really, really important. My base is being defended by a assload of DTs. I actually need to... I should have probably actually sent some of these DTs back around my base a little bit, or brought some of them to attack with me as well. This is too many DTs to defend one base. It's way too many. Yo, Nympharion, thank you for the prime, dude! Main reason why I kind of did that is just because he was making so many... Like, it's great that I made the DTs when I did. It was super cost efficient. He tries to kill, like, 1 cannon while his zealots are trying to squeeze between DTs to poke the cannon, because the cannon is the only thing they can see. And the DTs just kill, like, 10 zealots for the cost of 1 cannon. Which is great. But, yeah. Leaving 10 DTs at a base like this kind of idle, this is kind of a waste. They should be, like I said, they should be actually either turning into Archons, coming over to here to help my push, or something like that. Yo, Nympharion, thank you again for the Twitch. Excuse me, sorry. And Varian, thank you again for the Twitch Prime. Much love, dude. And also Lord of Bearer. Lord of Bearer. The Lord of Bearer. Thank you as well, my dude. Welcome to the VFam. Oh yeah. Should I even bother to do your Bronze to GM series build as Zerg and Gold? Versus Terran, or should I go straight for Broodlords? Yeah, you totally should. If you just go straight for Broodlords, you'll die to all-ins. Like lots and lots and lots of kinds of all-ins. If you're just like, hold on, I'm taking the Broods, there's a very good chance you could just die. I mean, on the ground, Terran needs a wall, ramp, and like 3 to 4 siege tanks, and he is untouchable for me. So, okay, what you're saying is you're comparing my gold version of my Terran version of Bronze to GM. So here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. This would be a better reaction than just saying rush Broodlords. If you're in Gold League and you're fighting a Terran player, okay? And the Terran player is also doing my Bronze to GM build, which is you go into defensive 2-base siege tanks, up to 4 tanks, and then you start going into Hellion Thor. If you're fighting against that as Zerg, you can poke his base one time with your first like 14 roaches. That's fine. Like, if your Overlord scouted in the first place and you saw he was opening up siege tanks, here's the best way I can explain this, okay? This is actually, I'm going to tell you something even better. You have an Overlord. This Overlord scouts. How about when you start making your Roach Warren, you start a Roach Warren, okay? You don't have to make roaches yet. This is when you start the building of a Roach Warren. How about you fly an Overlord into his natural and just see, are you making tanks? And if he is, then you don't have to do the timing like we repeatedly did every time. You can be like, oh, he's doing the Terran build, which is safe to timings. So don't make the roaches early. Just have a Roach Warren, but just make drones instead. Saturate, actually, how about you saturate a 3rd base instead of attacking him and then saturating a 3rd base. And then after you have a 3rd base saturated, then you can make roaches. And you don't necessarily have to attack him. You can just chill and be like, if he attacks me, I'll have some type of a unit that can defend myself. And then off of like Roach Hydra, you could go into Viper, or okay, probably not Viper because it's fucking Gold League. Yeah, you can just go fucking Broodlords then, off of a better economy. Just don't feel like... Okay, here's the last thing I'll say. Everything I'm telling you right now is going to increase your win rate. It will increase it from what it already is. But I still guarantee the builds I showed you are going to be beating more players than they're going to lose to. Like, you're going to win more than 50% of the time if you do the builds that I showed you, because you might play against someone who hard counters your build. It could happen. You might just play against a player who hard counters you, especially if you play against the same guy multiple times and he's like, I know exactly what you're doing. My Terran win rate is 34%. Let me ask you another question. We're taking a detour here for a moment from my Bronze Gym stuff to talk to Gudrun. How long have you been doing this build for? And what was your MMR when you started doing this build, and what is your MMR now? Like, did you just start doing it today, and today your win rate's 34%, or have you been doing this for like the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and your win rate is 34% against Terran after the fact? And has your MMR gone up or down? Because in general, the way the builds are designed, this was kind of the thought process I had in mind when I made those builds. It was not, oh, I'm going to give a build that everyone can just win every game with. It's not the point. I did that myself, sure. But I also The point is I was showing you guys the power of macro, and just because I show you the power of macro doesn't mean suddenly you're gonna macro as well as I do. It takes practice. It's something to aim for, basically. I wasn't playing the best as I can be. I'm not playing like a fucking. I wasn't playing as if I was like GM in fucking Gold League, but I was playing at a fast fucking pace for what a Gold League player could do. Like basically, you could do that if you were in Gold League if you played really well. If like you followed the build and you didn't waste time. I wasn't playing super fast. I was playing super efficient though. So fast and efficient are two totally different things. And when you put those two things together, that's when you get like a pro gamer. But I was definitely just playing fast. Or I was just playing efficient. Is all I was doing. And I don't expect someone in Gold League to just suddenly snap their fingers and be like, I am now perfectly efficient. That's not going to happen. But it's something you can work on. It's something that you can aim for. So I don't know. Again, this like answering people's questions that are so specific about like what do I do against somebody who goes tanks. I can try to answer you in a vague way, but things like this also kind of they are harder to answer if I'm not actually in your game. Okay, hold on, let me count the SCVs. I have 16 probes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this is not a proxy. If it is a proxy, it's only 1 Rax. He has 1 worker less than me, and I just started chrono boosting. It might be a barracks in like the back of his natural or some shit. But again, if it is a proxy, it's just 1 Rax. So I don't need to freak out. And, you know, panic and be like, oh my god! There it is, right there. Found it. He's hoping that I have a reaction out of this that is bad. Like I freak out and panic, and I'm like, oh my god, this fucking proxies! Well, we counted the SCVs and we distinguished that there's a 1 worker difference, most likely, so that I don't have to be weird about how I react to this now. I don't have to panic and make shield batteries in multiple gateways. That probe performed beautifully. We lured the Reaper to the back of my natural, which ultimately got the Reaper killed. Good job, probe. You died for the cause, but good job, probe. Okay. Alright guys, I really want to read your stuff in chat, but if I walk into a Widowmine right now, I will lose the Stalker and possibly lose the game. Okay, there is a... Oh, it's NetMech. I know this guy. This guy's aggressive as fuck.
I am the voice of the Eclipse.
Vibe, I play Hot's Terran Master League. Part of the Swarm. I just started playing Legacy Void. I find Bio much more fun. Is there a chance you do it at Bronze GM Bio Terran? I definitely won't do a Bronze GM full Bio Terran. I'm not going to even do another Bronze GM at all until like a new patch comes out. Kind of seems redundant if I do another one. For me. But I have done some Bio games.
I am here.
My Bio, I would say the best thing for you would be to stay tuned to when I actually start focusing on Terran, because my Terran kind of sucks right now. But I guarantee improve on it, and I will get better and better at it, because I will get it to GM. But right now, the current content I've given you so far for Bio, you're not going to be impressed. My mech builds are a little different story. My mech builds have been decent, but my Bio builds definitely suck.
I return to serve.
I can't wait till they fix this worker gas bug. It's incredibly annoying.
I am here in the shadows.
By light or life.
We move unseen.
Okay, so we're just defending right now, guys.
Research complete.
I don't have any reason
Here
to
in
push.
the shadows.
I have zero reason to be like, I have to push. I'm the one who's expanding.
The skies await.
We're scouting him again with another Phoenix. I'm gonna put a shield battery and another pound out here towards my third. And I'm gonna leave one Colossus in my natural right now with a couple of stalkers supporting it. In case this guy goes for a counter attack with my main base.
Shadows.
Okay, so he has a natural. There is no third yet. I might see another CC in his main somewhere.
Engaging the enemy.
More
The
barracks.
skies await.
Full beans.
Engaging the enemy.
Nothing crazy. Nothing to write home about, dude. Nothing really to write home about.
Our pylon is
Okay,
under
he's attacking the top base, so let's go deal with it again. Focus fire the Immortal on the tank. Okay, we can probably go actually push now. The reason why is because I just broke his entire army.
I am the heart of the
And we can go into Storm now. Let's get some more gates. That's good.
You require
And let's try to break a third base possibly if he's taking one. He is taking one. Okay, he's pulling the boys. Let's go to a different angle here so we can smack the building even harder than we already are.
I am the heart.
Trying to boost upgrades. And since he's on a third base, we can start a fourth base as well.
mineral field depleted.
You require
Alright, let's start poking the... Wait, hold on. I'm gonna start a Stargate as well. One Stargate. And incredibly smart crit again. We can kind of poke the Nexus for the command center a little bit.
Our pylon is under attack. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, he's got a tank shooting at me.
Embrace.
Not gonna fuck with that. Just back up. It's okay. If I can't break him right now, it's not the end of the world. A lot of people always freak out in situations like this. They're like, I don't know what to do! Here's what we do. Cannon battery. My mineral lines. The reason why we're doing this is because we are now switching into Psionic Storm. And we're gonna go Tempest. Tempests are like the easiest go-to answer in all these situations where the Terran is now in a position where he has to be on major defense.
You require my skill.
Tempest, go-to. So now let's make a fleet beacon. We can send one zealot around the map to see if he's trying to take another base, like an extra 4th base or something. But let's start an extra 2 Stargates. We'll go up to 3 Stargate Tempest, and then we can start 3-3 in just a moment. Okay, here he comes. That's a lot of bio, guys. Let's go defend our base up here. He might drop me at the same time. Really? I just microed that like shit.
Base is under attack.
Okay, I'll evacuate my probes. And we'll just expand somewhere else.
Mineral field depleted.
I'm here in the shadows.
Assault data block. Un we all.
So that definitely was not ideal. That was not the best way I could have microed that.
Base is under
There we go,
attack.
now we have Tempest.
Data block.
We're just chilling right now, waiting. He is taking worse trades than me every time he fights me like that. So this is how we can fight back against the Terrans trying to siege us. Just don't ever run into tanks. That's the whole kind of goal here. And we're just gonna keep picking apart his army. Okay, we should be able to overpower him now. There isn't enough anymore.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, so we've defended our bases.
I am the voice.
We can take another base. And now we're back in the situation where it's the mid game against Terran. Don't fully know what he's going to commit to now. It could be many things.
Assault des Templars.
I need to fix my gas over here.
Depleted.
And fix my gas over here. Same thing again. Widowmine, or not Widowmine. Shield battery cannon. Shield battery cannon.
Assault des Templars.
And shield battery cannon. Okay, here it comes again. Same thing again. It's the same exact fight all over again. Pick apart at his army with Tempest. Storm him if he comes in. And now we're making Colossus again as well.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, he's probably gonna go up and around. That's what it really seems like he's gonna do. Like most turns multi-prong, so let's assume he's gonna do that. He's not. Okay, now here's our first counter attack. Here's what we're gonna do. These zealots are gonna go up, around, attack all across the top bases up here. That's where they're going. Shift A move top bases. Okay, he is actually up there with a real army. I'm sending more zealots down here to help this base, and we're going up to defend the top now. Because he actually just wiped out my zealots on top. Which means he's actually up there. Yeah, let's push. Same exact thing. Bottom now. One quick round of zealots. Bottom bases. Attack, attack, attack. Shift attack. All bases. Now this is a multi-prong. I'm not even microing the zealots. I don't give a shit.
We meet the enemy in glorious battle.
We shall stand. My charge.
We're just trying to storm the clumps, and then our Colossus clean up the rest. And our Tempest kind of push everything as well. And this is a multi-prong. So we look at what happened. We watched the actual fight, okay? Of AoE plus Tempest. AoE plus Siege, basically. That's our composition of choice. We push with Colossus, Tempest, some Zealot, cover, whatever. We saw what just happened here, where we stormed the shit out of his army. This is really hard to micro against for Terran, for real. And now, right there, at this point, we just broke the army enough to where it's like, we're basically going to crush him now. Because there, even if you deleted my entire army, even if you were like, alright, Colossus, Zealot, Stalker, Templar, all of it gone out of this fight. It's just no longer here. It's all gone. And it was just the Tempest. Just 8 Tempest. These 8 Tempest alone would do so much damage still, because we've now broken his army. We broke the clump, and now it's going to be really hard for him to ever overpower what we're doing. So already, this is really bad for him. But obviously we still have our ground army too, so it's even worse. Like, our Colossus can continuously wipe out all the breeds that try to come in. Throw a storm if we think we need to. And whatever. But behind the fact that we didn't watch, what we didn't see is the Zealot counterattack we prepared was right here. These are the bases he has on the bottom side. He's got a nice planetary right there. He's got an orbital over here. This Terran right now is on 6 bases. He's actually on more bases than I am. I'm on 5. He killed my base up here. I would have been on 6 as well, But he just killed this base a minute ago, and he almost killed this one. Because I honestly think we could have defended this, but we kind of microed that fight really bad. I walked into Liberator fields. It was kind of not the best. We also did that fight before we had Tempest. And you guys can see the power of Tempest and how it actually forces Terran to rush into your AoE rather than the opposite. Like, if we don't have Tempest, I have to kind of charge into his Tempest, or sorry, I have to charge into his Liberator, and I have to charge into his Siege tanks. Otherwise, the Liberators are just going to pick me apart the whole time, and the tanks will pick me apart. But now if I have Tempest, it totally changes everything. I'm the one who has to force him to push into me, because if he doesn't, I'll just pick apart his Liberator. I'll pick apart his tanks. I'll pick apart his medevacs. My Tempest will just pick him apart all the way. But here's the counterattack, okay? This is what we don't micro. Our 3/3 upgrades are almost done. We're like halfway. But we don't micro this at all, guys. We just let it go. And this is the result of the charge lot run by while we are forcing a fight over here with our actual army. Basically, what kind of just happened here is we just crippled his economy, because this base up here, it's a fresh planetary. There's no SCVs here yet. This is his newest base. But these zealots down here, we wiped out 2 full fucking bases. And the reason why it works so well is because we put the Terran in a position right here where we made it a big, like, if we just sent these zealots by themselves and that was it, this whole army could have come. Actually, it's even bigger. The army was actually reduced as well. It was even bigger than this. There you go. It's a max Terran army. He's actually above me in by 20 supply. If we would right now have just sent 20 zealots down here, and then he starts repairing the command center, and this army is like, run back! Like, let's say his army regroups in the middle of the map, and he like comes down here to defend it. And the SCVs are able to be microed and be repaired. And worst case scenario, he loses the PF, but runs all the SCVs to the next base. And then all my zealots die. Because he's going to go defend it. That's what could happen. But if we do launch this attack at the exact same time when other fights are happening, where he's now going to say to himself, okay, I could try and defend that, or I could try and defend the main army, or I could try and defend both at the same time. Defending both at the same time is really hard because I have to babysit my Marines so hard because of Storm. It's scary as fuck for Terran to have to multi-prong defend against the potential of Storm and Colossus. Like, his army can just disappear in 2 seconds, and it's just fucking gone. Because of how fast those AoE tools of Protoss can kill shit. So he can't really, like, focus a lot of his attention on this. He can't focus his attention on this. On the run-bys. So he's going to focus his attention on this, and instead, what's going to happen is the Zealots are just going to wipe out base after base, because he's not really able to handle it. A good Terran will be able to multi-prong. They'll be able to... Honestly, for the best way to say this is, a good Terran will probably not put themselves in this situation that this Terran is in now. A good Terran will keep you on defense the entire time until you die. And they'll just have, instead of a 20 supply advantage, it would be more like a 50 supply advantage. Because they'll just have so much more always attacking you everywhere. And you always feel like, as Protoss, you're the one who has to be like, ah, shit, I gotta defend medevacs over here with Stalkers. I gotta defend this over here with some more Warpins of Zealots. His main army is now splitting up against me and overpowering my army. That's a good Terran. It's just everywhere. But a Terran who is kind of not so everywhere, and he's like more gonna push you with one army at a time, it results in things like this. Where he loses like 40 supply, or 30 supply, in a matter of like seconds because of AoE. But again, I'm not saying this guy is bad at all. I do think it's the position that we're fighting here with Protoss versus Terran. I think it is harder for the Terran. I think this position is harder for the Terran. So I'm not trying to be like this guy's bad. I'm just saying the Protoss position in this situation is, if it gets to this point, you're kind of fucked as Terran. This is now really bad. This is so much harder than it would have been. I'm gonna back it up one more time, and I just want to show you why I think that. This is before the fight really started. Okay, those are the resources lost right now. Okay, let's just look at this. When the fight starts, we're at 16,200 Protoss. He's at 19,775 Terran. We are winning the game a little bit right now in terms of cost efficiency. Well, watch this shit. It's crazy how efficient this army is. We lost 3,000 resources. The Terran lost about 14,000 resources. Like, this army is so fucking efficient. It kills more than it's worth over and over. Like, I'm not even kidding. If a Terran player was gonna fight you in one fight, like head on, straight up, smack front versus front, I actually think that composition of Protoss at 200 supply could beat the counterpart bio army at like 400 supply. It's like the same thing as if I was gonna fight against bio, like bio Liberator, Viking, Medevac Marine tank. If I was like that same composition he made. Let's say I'm Zerg and I have Infestor, Broodlord, Corruptor, Viper. It's like the same fucking thing. I think that army as Zerg is like a death ball that can just eliminate so much shit of Terran. That is the one thing about Terran that I don't like about bio. Is with bio there's really no like in-game death ball. Bio is bio, and it's all about, it's like a completely different playstyle to Protoss and Terran. Bio doesn't suddenly, like bio is actually, it scales good. It does scale well throughout the game. But it requires the army to be spread apart to perform well. If the army's all clumped together, bio sucks. A good bio player will understand that and will always counterattack and do things all over the place. But if you're not able to do that, you're going to feel like bio sucks. Like bio is not an army you want to fight one big fight with unless you know you have a lead. Like, that army just gets destroyed by AoE. And Terran doesn't have AoE like Zerg and Protoss do. Zerg has fungal growth, which just destroys Marines like nobody's business. And then you also have Parasitic Bomb, which also can destroy air units, like Vikings and Liberators. Especially when they're combined also with fungal growth. And Protoss just has Storm and Colossus, and Disruptor. Protoss has probably the most insane AoE out of anti-ground as any race could have in this game. Zerg has Lurkers, but Lurkers aren't actually as good because of Siege Tanks and Liberators. Just like the same, you could say the same thing about Disruptors and Colossus. They're not as good against Siege Tank Liberator. But the one thing that Protoss has that Zerg doesn't have is Tempest. Tempest can actually just wipe out all the fucking siege units of Terran. Which is why I think they combine so well with that kind of a composition. Oh. Wait, what am I doing? Why is that gas so early? I don't know. Anyways, we'll move on. Well, from that topic. And we'll talk about PvP again. Okay, he's not really building on the ramp as well as I think he should be. He's not building on the ramp at all. He's building in a very weird way. I could try to abuse this and go double adept, but I don't think I will. I think I'll still go Sentry Stalker. He looks like he's gonna go double adept. Anyone who chrono boosts both gateways simultaneously, that's a fucking adept player right there. There's no reason why that would be stalkers. That's an adept boy right there, for sure.
I am here in the shadows.
Get ready for adepts to walk right up here right now with a shade, like in 3 seconds.
I am here in the shadows.
Warp field online.
Okay, he's not doing it. I'm surprised. I think he should be.
The skies await.
Now he's got his base with the Phoenix to find out what the hell's going on. Okay, it's actually Stalker. Okay. Super weird. There is no expansion.
I am here in the shadows.
Sirafek, cry off.
It's gonna be an all-in. Okay. It's gonna be a one-base Robo Warp Prism or Immortal all-in, some shit like that.
I am here in the shadows. I am Europe. I am here in the shadows.
Get the Immortal out myself really fast. We need an Immortal for this. The more Immortals I have, the better. Immortals are like so fucking good in these situations.
Here in the shadows.
They pay for themselves really well.
I am here in the shadows.
Back it up. For some reason, thought I wasn't in the replay. So this is his timing. Right now, we are both at 53-ish supply. He's actually at 53. I'm at 52. But the difference is I have 28 probes to his 22. I've also made a Nexus at my natural. He's literally made a third gate and just mass stalkers. So right now we have 1 sentry and 8 stalkers versus 14 stalkers. That's a 6 stalker lead for my opponent. But we have Immortals being chrono boosted, and we're going to keep making stalkers whenever I can. And this shield battery is going to help a lot. The biggest sign of all, by the way, that this guy's going to be aggressive is this early on. The double chrono boosted gateways. He literally did not chrono boost any fucking probes with that. He saved chrono to double chrono gateways. It means, what that means is he chrono boosted probes one time. Maybe. He might have actually chrono boosted probes 0 times to keep chrono boosting gates over and over, because I didn't see the second round of chrono. I actually didn't pay attention to the Nexus. I should have actually looked at that. Did I look at the Nexus? I did look at the Nexus. This is an indicator as well. This is something we need to work on. Look at my Nexus. It's being chrono boosted. Look at his Nexus. Oh, actually, yeah, he did chrono once. My chrono's a little bit later than his. But my chrono just ended, and I have 57 energy. He has the same energy as me. You can compare your energy to energy, and he has honestly not chrono boosted a second time. I chrono boosted a second time now. When we go back in again right now, my probe there's no chance my probe dies right here. There's not even a core done yet. This right here though, see what I just saw? For a moment, I saw the Nexus. Yo, nice tail. Thank you for the bits, dude. I thought the bot was gonna say it, but it was the bit requirement for the bot to say it. I think is 100. Sick hold. I got you, man. Thank you, dude. So I should have actually looked at that. I should look at this. This would tell me a lot, being like, okay, this guy wants to... He's either not chrono boosting for laziness, or he's actually trying to, you know, save the chronos to boost more of it. Like right now, I should pay attention to that. Look at my Nexus, guys. 43. Look at his Nexus. 93. I mean, we did overall confirm. Okay, double chrono.
yeah.
We paid attention to this. But yeah, that's something I should actually I'm trying to make a mental note for myself here to really focus on paying attention to that in PvP. It's important. I already pay attention to this against Protoss with Zerg, how many times they chrono, but I don't really think about it in PvP. But this game, obviously showing me double chrono gates, that's a sign of aggression right there. Yo, I appreciate the series, homie. Thank you very much, Jimmy's, for the 3-month sub, and thank you for enjoying the series, man. I'm glad you like it. Glad you're watching. Much love, dude. We're chrono boosting 1. We're only chrono boosting our sentries so we get a fast scout. But yeah. So I could have broken this down in the game and been like, okay, he chrono boosted his probes once and his gateway was twice. All I saw was 2 gateway chronos. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know if he chronoed the probes or not, so I didn't pay attention to that. But I should in the future. But at least I knew it was probably going to be aggression, which is why I leave a probe right here. Leaving a probe right here, if it is chrono boosted at depths, all I have to do is build a pylon here and have my gateways rally onto the ramp, and my stalkers will overpower adepts, while my probes will be safe from adepts. I would rather lose 25 minerals to build and then cancel a pylon than lose even 1 probe. Because even if I lose 1 probe, the pylon would already have been more worth it. Because it's 50 minerals versus 25, plus mining time I lose if I lose even 1 probe. You really don't want to lose any probes. And he pushes me with stalkers. As soon as I saw this, the stalker pressure like this, I was like, okay, obviously this means that he has no adepts. And this is pure stalker. And then seeing that there's no natural on top of that, and then seeing more stalkers on top of that, this is very, very big indicator that we are going to get Stalker Erland. Which is why we immediately start a Robo, chrono boost our Immortals, and start making shield batteries while maintaining Stalker production. And now, when the timing hits me, like I said before, this shield battery is going to pay for itself so much, guys. Automatically, this shield battery is worth, just right off the bat, it's worth 300 hit points, basically. It's worth 300 shields. And it will heal my stalkers pretty fucking fast. It'll... Against this many stalkers, though, I actually think if he were to walk forward and focus fire my stalkers, I would actually not have a shield battery be able to heal that. But if instead what he does is if he tries to instead micro focus fire, he micros a prism to try to maintain stalkers like blink. It's gonna spread the damage out, and it's gonna make my stalkers live longer. I actually think I might have lost this game, or there might have been a potential for me to lose this game if this guy would have actually focus fired my stalkers. But notice how the shield battery is just like popping heals on all these stalkers all day. Now look at my stalkers. They're all still pretty healthy. I mean, now they're going to start dying because the shield battery is out of energy. But most of my stalkers have full shields other than the one on the side, the two on the sides. They're both getting shot by a few stalkers currently. But let's look at his stalkers. Like half to 2/3 of his stalkers are completely out of shields. And that's what a shield battery does. That's 300 fucking shields that just kept getting reinforced into my army over his. Yeah, I think I would have lost this game. I'm not gonna lie. If he would have just walked forward and didn't try to be fancy with the prism, if he would have just did this, right here is when he lost the game. I'll show you. I'll show you what he could have done and how I could have lost. Right now, if this prism literally flies to like right here, the prism flies to like right there, which is a safe location, or maybe even like right there. It's like relatively safe. My stalkers would have to move forward a little bit to kill his prism, but his prism could sit like right here, and it could go into phase prism mode, and it could continuously warp in stalkers every time he could. And if one of his stalkers was getting shot, he could take his stalker and right click the prism and have it teleport from like here to there, and then put it back in the back of his units if he wanted to do that. But even if he didn't do that, if he would have just walked forward and gone like this, like walked all the stalkers to like right here, like this box right here. This is where the stalkers are. And he goes, attack, 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 attack. He just focus fires my stalkers one by one. He can replace stalkers faster than I can because I only have 2 gates. He's got 3 gates. And he has enough stalkers right now to actually kill my fucking stalkers through a battery. Watch this. The red stalkers will not fight back in this situation. But I just want to show you the ability of his stalkers getting one-shot. Because you can see the battery still works even though red's not in the game anymore. See how the battery still heals? Let's not use one stalker, and let's pretend that one of my stalkers dies as I walk into his stalkers. Even if one stalker dies, you can one-shot stalkers. Even if 2 stalkers were to die, you can still one-shot stalkers. Even if 3 stalkers were to die, you can still one-shot stalkers. And the battery is useless then. So I actually think I would have lost the game if he would have microed like that. So what I should have done is I should have fucking made a faster robo. 100% should have made a faster robo. I could have totally lost the game right there, but he didn't micro very well. He microed incorrectly. So even though we're breaking down a win in a way where it's like, even though we won the game, we actually should have lost. So let's fucking fix that, and you know, not let that mistake happen again. Things are being over-explained. It depends on your level of knowledge of StarCraft and how far you want to go with this game. If you literally just want to watch shit blow up, then yes, the shit's being over-explained because you literally don't give a shit. But if you want to get really good at StarCraft, definitely not. If you're willing to just say, oh, that was a win, a win's a win, I'll move on with my life, you're not going to have a really super good understanding of StarCraft. But looking at that game, I actually should have lost that game, which is why I was analyzing it the way I was. So I'm trying to prevent, like, cover, like, there's a hole, a glaring hole in my build right there that wasn't abused. And I'm thinking about it logically to be like, how can I fucking fix that? And I think how to fix that would be a faster robo, a blind robo. Even though I don't know what build he's doing yet, I built the robo before my Phoenix scouts his base. And if I feel like I have to, I can always cancel it later. I like this building skin, dude. It's sick. This is the war chest building skin, guys. I like it a lot. It looks so cool over the hatchery like that. Am I gonna get the war chest? I have the war chest. It's just I'm not on my main account. Because I'm doing the bronze gem stuff.
Your probes are under attack. Your probes are under attack.
Okay, so he's made one drone on gas now.
Glory to the day.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a gas at my natural.
Where shall we march?
Because we're going centuries now, and this shit's
Combat
expensive.
away. Yes, the firstborn shall persevere. We serve with pride.
See if he's
Let your
still mining
combat
gas with this adept.
ire shall be.
He's mining on
Let
one
your-
gas though, so we're fine. I actually should be clicking the gas as well to see how much actually has been mined, but I feel like I'm already pacing myself at max here, just trying to play this fucking style. Okay, speedlings are here.
Ire. The Templar march. Not your car, enough. Let your will be heard. It shall be done. To glorious battle.
Those adepts pay for themselves hardcore.
Research complete.
Oracle perceiving.
He also, the Zerg made Spore Crawlers way too early.
Let Nas tide. Extrapolating strings. Oracle perceiving. Let us be. Dimensional strings attuned. The enemy has discovered us.
Let's kill this queen
The stars align.
in just a moment.
It is. Our window is short. Our fates Nazutai.
Mineral field depleted.
can I help?
I'm here.
Okay, here we go. Here comes an attack.
I'm here in the shadows.
Possibly. No guarantee.
Let
It's
us
making
begin.
Ravagers and shit. Okay, it's most likely gonna attack me. Let's kill that Ravager.
It is just.
I'm here in the shadows.
How can I aid you?
You.
Mineral field depleted. Highlight for iron. Base is under attack. Research complete. Upgrade complete. Highlight for iron. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
I'm here in the shadows.
Okay, we just non-stop attacks.
Our pylon is under attack. Research complete.
Our window is short.
Mineral field depleted.
I see.
Upgrade complete.
I'm here in the shadows. I'm the Lord of darkness. You're
How can I aid?
I'm here in the shadows. State that
Our window is short.
I'm here.
Okay, well he's doing it again. I have a lot of Colossus now. And now we're going into Archons as well. These Archons are going to, I feel like, seal the deal for me in this game.
The threads of fate lie bare.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go for a counter timing.
Kassaw
I have a
de
ridiculously large
Templar.
army. Yo, Chichny. What's up, man? Thank you for the sub. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream.
We meet our fate. Our fates are one. The stars align. Nazutai. It is destined.
I am here. I am the heart. You acquire my skills. I am the voice of the
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Toucan Van. Toucan Van. What's up, dude? Welcome to the VFam as well. Thank you for the sub, dude. Hell yeah. You guys are something like crazy right now.
Highlight for hire.
An Eridine washer. The enemy has discovered us.
Focus fire the corruptors if they are coming. Literally, just focus fire all the corruptors that are coming. That way my Colossus stay alive.
My chop.
And we're good to go. Now we can go counter.
I am the voice.
GG. We did it, boys. Our Protoss is improving. Our Protoss is improving. Have you played against Livy while doing a Bronze Gym series? Yes. I played Livy once with my Protoss. And I think I played Livy with my Zerg as well. I think I played them with, I can't remember if I played them with my Zerg either when I was on my main account or when I was doing Bronze Gym. But I know I played Livy with my Zerg and my Protoss recently. Finally out of the 5100s. Yeah, I think our Protoss is getting there. So we're not GM yet. You really turned this shit around, eh, Vibusan? Yeah, well, the way I always kind of justify it is I've never truly played Protoss or Terran for an extended period of time. My off-racing extent has been literally like, I'll play Terran for 30 minutes on a Tuesday, and then I won't play another Protoss game for another 4 months. And I'll be like, oh, I feel like playing Protoss again for 1 hour. And I'll play Protoss again 2 weeks later. And I'll play Protoss for 30 minutes again. And then I won't play Protoss again for 2 months again. Like, I don't fucking ever really off-race. It's really random when I do. It's just like in little spurts here and there. But I've never truly dedicated my time to like day in, day out, 5 hours a day like I am right now. Protoss, 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 Protoss. And I feel like it's starting to show. Like, I'm starting to actually understand more and more about Protoss lifestyles here. Protoss builds. Like playing as the Protoss. I already know how they work from a Zerg's perspective in that matchup. But it's different to understand it how it works when you're actually doing it. We want Warcraft 3! Oh shit. Am I gonna be a Protoss main soon? Nah. I actually like Protoss. I always thought to myself I might actually go Protoss in this game. But I like Zerg more. I don't think I'll ever lose my love for Zerg compared to Protoss. Or compared to anything. No promo. No, so here's how it works. Looking at the Grandmaster ladder here, this is what it's based off of. It's 5280 right now is the bottom. We can look at Contender really fast just for fun. And right now on Contender with our Protoss, we are rank 88. There's no way we're going to be getting Contender. Or sorry, there's no way we're getting GM when we're rank 88. That's just never going to happen. So it needs to be higher than this. We need to get it seriously up to like 53, like around here where my Zerg is. 5327, bare minimum. You passed it. This is my Zerg, guys. This is not Protoss. This is my Zerg. It's separate MMRs. Rank 88 is my Protoss. 5227. This is never gonna get GM. Even though it says I am GM on the progress bar, that's not what GM's based off of. It's not based off of a progress bar. That's every other league. GM does not work like that. GM is based off of current MMR of the league, and the bottom 20 is that should be your goal here if you want to barely get into GM. The bottom 20 right now is like 5350-ish. Aside from the 5280 right here, 5341 is the bottom of GM. It's right around 5350. 5350 is actually exactly 165. I feel like GM has kind of lowered a little bit. It was actually 5350 was like rank 180 a few days ago. I'm having a hard time dealing with Terran multi-prong attacks as a P1 Protoss. What is a P1? Platinum 1. So my suggestion to you would be make observers and leave observers throughout the map. Like at this map, for instance, I could have an observer here, and an observer like here. And I could see if the Terran moves out in any way with like a medevac or whatever. Then, if your opponent is one of those players that's going to continuously attack you in your base over and over, if you have money to spend a little bit extra on, make some static D, and you can also even have a few blink stalkers. You can have like 6 blink stalkers in your base to defend future attacks that will continuously attack you over and over. The best thing of all, though, is the observer advice. If you see them coming before they get to your base, it gives you time to counter it, rather than being like, it's here! Shit! Okay, we are getting proxied again. Probably. Let's count his SCVs again. God, I hate this fucking bug, dude. It's so frustrating. We're definitely getting proxied. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have 17. Let's make gateway number 2. This is going to be an all-in. There are probably 2 barracks down here. And let's get a really fast immortal in case this is marauders. Okay, so it's triple barracks proxy.
I am here in the shadows. You require the void hunger. You require my skill. I am here in the shadows. Very well.
This shield battery is gonna help a lot. Let's go sad as natural again.
I am here in the shadows.
Go to boost out immortals. We can do a timing, honestly.
I return
These immortals are going to shit on these reapers.
I am here.
They shoot faster than stalkers, and it 3-shots reaper. Okay, we're gonna do some crazy weird shit now.
Steep.
We're gonna build pylon in his base, and we're gonna proxy in some adepts. Oh, that's a dead reaper right there. This guy looks like he just wants to reaper all in the whole game.
I return to serve.
See how there's nothing at home?
I am the voice.
These adepts will now force him into an all-in. Let's make a second battery, because this is what he's going to do, is he's going to all-in me now. I can start a Nexus too, in case this doesn't win the game.
Glory to the day.
But this is going to fuck him up real bad. We have an observer, just in case this guy goes for,
Let your will be heard. Spare none to oppose us.
Okay, well, he knew it was coming, so he was defended. And there's what I'm talking about. Like, it's no guarantee that I'm just going to end the game with that.
Here in the shadows.
So we're going to prepare for the possibility of not ending the game with that. Let's leave 2 stalkers back here to defend, in case he attacks me, and we will recall if we need to. We made him leave. We made him leave, so let's go back to my base now.
Our pylon is under attack.
I am. Go.
We'll scout him again in just a moment with a hallucinated phoenix. And I'm going to scout the side of the map as well with a observer to make sure this guy's not hiding bases on me.
I return to
Okay, this is all in. It's just a big fatty all in.
I am here.
Go to my shield batteries. Fight at the shield batteries and we win.
our pylon is under attack. Mineral field depleted.
I can lose probes at my natural, I don't care. Let's have some of my stalkers come here to make sure he can jump into my main for free. Okay, he's not trying to jump into my main. This is just a weird build. We'll make a Colossus now, because Colossus will wreck this even harder. Shit. Okay. So he wanted to make Reapers, and we properly defended it. We counted the SCVs and we reacted more accordingly. We made, if we did not make 2 gateways, and we only made 1 gate, I would have died. Because if I make 1 gate against someone who's going mass Reapers off 3 fucking racks, like 4 Reapers can kill a Stalker. Especially if he micros the Reapers out, where like the Reaper gets hit 3 times and runs away.
Can you check out my question in chat?
Shift Luck, you should have asked me the question in the donation. Now I have to go through chat. I don't know where you asked this. But thank you very much for the donation, dude. Can somebody in chat... I have another game, guys. Can someone in chat just... Or can you... Shift Luck, can you just say it again? Because I don't know where it is, dude. I'm sorry. Question was too long. Oh my god. It was that big fucking paragraph that's right above. I just started playing again. 1 second. These are the questions that are super hard to read. Give me 1 sec. Let me not fuck my build up here. I started playing again. Alright guys, stop posting it. I can't read it if you guys keep making the chat move like that. It's hard. Hold on. I just started playing it after 60 days, progressing to platinum with a 70% win rate, mostly using item out of builds after 1 week. My problems are relatively poor macro and don't know a lot of builds. It's moved off chat now. Am new to a lot of the units they added. I think I'm getting counter rushed. Dude, I'll go back to your question when this game's over. I'm sorry, man. Your question is so fucking long. Give me just a minute. I'm sorry, dude. I do feel like I'm gonna lose this game, and it's unnecessary for me to just throw the game away. When we're so close to GM now. That's this guy.
My life for hire. Adon.
What about Zealot? What are you doing, you idiot?
My life for hire. We stand. Justice. Order. Command. We are the slaves of base is under attack. We stand. My meditation is over. Base is under attack.
Okay. So this guy wants the cheese. What a fucking cheese then. How's that sound?
Oh,
Neuter?
yeah.
Cancel one of his cannons. I don't need that many cannons.
We are the command.
Now we go Stargate.
Your probes are under attack. We stand as one. Adon Atu. On. Blades of iron.
What a game, dude. What a game. We're that ultimate lame ass Protoss now. I should have not made this many cannons over here. This is a big investment. But I do know he's taking this base. Fuck, it's like out of range. Like barely. This game is hilarious.
Adon Atu.
It's kind of unfortunate how that timing kind of lined up right there. It was like just before I was ready for that.
Mineral field depleted. Our pylon is under attack.
Oracle perceiving. Dimensional strings attuned. Extra. An omen. How can I aid you?
Our pylon is under attack.
The
Mineral
threads of fate lie
Your
bare.
probes are under attack.
Our fates are one. It is just like
Okay, so game was ridiculous. The way that game kind of went was our opponent went for a cannon rush with that gateway proxy. We defended the cannon rush really well. I honestly think we invested too much into the counter cannon rush. I was like thinking, okay, we won the game here. But I actually kind of invested too much. I don't need to make that many fucking cannons. I'm so glad I canceled at least one of them. I should have literally made only like 3 cannons and 2 pylons. And I should have paced them forward into his mineral line so he couldn't mine minerals as much as he was. And that's plenty. And then from there, I shouldn't even have bothered cannon rushing another base. I was a little like, I was getting full Protoss there, guys. I was going full fucking Protoss. I should have just chilled the fuck out. Expanded somewhere else on the map like I did. But invested into faster Gateway and Stargate rather than trying to continue cannon rushing. The cannon rush on his expand was kind of a waste. Not necessary. But we can see that when the Oracle showed up and we started killing probes, not only did we still have a worker advantage because we had 2 bases, but now we were crushing his worker count on his base. So he would eventually have lost that game because he would have ran out of money. He's the one who made that game happen, though. Alright, cancel. Let me read this fucking copy pasta. He's the one who made that game happen. He's the one who forced the cannon rush to happen. Yo, Tryhard SC, thank you very much for the 12 months, by the way. The 1-year Blue V sub. Welcome to the V fam. Alright, let me read this question again. I just started playing again after 6 years after progressing to Platinum with a 70% win rate, mostly. Okay, you guys just are copy pasting it again, I assume, because it just removed all my shit from chat. I was reading something up at the top. Okay, it's on the bottom again. I just started playing after 6 years, already progressed to Platinum with a 70% win rate. This better not be a fucking copy pasta. Mostly using old out of meta strats after a week. My problems are relatively poor macro and don't know a lot about builds, slash new to a lot of the units they added. Have any tips to work on my macro? Any one build you could recommend that I worked to perfect? What I would recommend you do is I would recommend you just watch the Bronze Gym series that I've made already. It'll give you some decent ideas on builds you can use to get back into the game with. And my biggest advice to you of all would be, if you don't like the builds that I offer, then watch streams like you're doing right now. That's the biggest thing you can do to make you better at the game. If you watch somebody else play, it's basically cheating. It's like a little cheat sheet. Like, you have all the answers right in front of you. If you watch somebody else play that is better than you, they're giving you the answers right there. You just have to take a moment to go, what is he doing? Like, pay attention to what he's doing. If you truly want to get better at StarCraft, a stream is like your absolute best resource, because it makes you have an advantage that other players won't have if you just pay attention. Some streamers are better than others for learning purposes. Like, God damn, I have like this fucking air bubble in my chest, man. I can't get it out. Whew. Like, for instance, if you watch a streamer that literally does not ever talk to his chat, okay? Well, then it's up to you to decipher what he's doing by watching him play the game. And sometimes it can be a little bit harder to pick up on what someone is doing, even though they're showing it to you right now. If there's someone who doesn't really fully analytically analyze what they're doing, I kind of repetitively said the same shit there. But if they don't analyze what they're doing, and they don't go, guys, this is what we do, this is how you do it, this is how it's done, and you have to put the pieces together yourself. It might take you a little bit longer to figure that out. But if you find a streamer that actually takes the time to talk about what they're doing and talk through what they're doing, a little bit of patience and a little bit of effort is all you need to get good at StarCraft. The reason why you need to have a little bit of effort is because it's like you can't have someone else just fucking say, like, I can't do this, okay? This doesn't exist. This does not exist. If someone says something like this, if I go, hey, let me mute the music really fast. There's no one. Okay, let me mute the sound to that. There's StarCraft's making a noise. I want it to just be my voice. Hey you. I'm whispering in your ear right now. We're talking at a really low volume, so nobody else knows what we're talking about. Just you and me. And guess what? Gooble gaba, gooble gaba. That's the phrase I had to utter out of my mouth in 5 seconds or less. That is now going to make you a top-level StarCraft 2 player. It's just that simple. This is a secret. I just said it. So now, the next time you play a ladder game, you're just going to be basically Serral. And that's it. Just don't tell anyone else. And that's all it is, boys. All right. So, anyways, we'll keep that a secret, okay? That's just how it works. There's a secret phrase you could just say, and you're suddenly a fucking boss of StarCraft. Like, it doesn't fucking exist. You have to put in time and effort to actually get good at StarCraft. And you have all the information right in front of you. You just have to have you have the tools there. You have to have the time to be able to be willing to do it and be patient over time to let it gradually happen. And you have to put in the effort to open your brain and expand your mind and be like, what should I do, and what is he doing, and how can I consume this? Think about it in a logical way. That's literally the answer to every single person that's asking, how do I get good at StarCraft? Like, here's an example that everyone can probably understand. You have two different guys. You got guy A and guy B. Both of these guys, they watch the cooking channel, okay? Both these guys have no fucking idea how to cook. Guy A watches these cooking videos and actually writes down in recipes and ingredients, and he tries to experiment with cooking. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to take it upon myself to try to learn how to cook. And I'm watching the cooking channel, and they're giving me the answers right now, so I'm gonna fucking just work on it. I'll just try to make myself a cook. And in 1 year, guy A actually knows how to cook now. Guy B is a guy that just watches the final, he just watches cooking channels but zones out the entire time. And he looks at the final fucking product and goes, oh, that's making me hungry. Oh, I'm hungry now. Give me some fucking weed. I just want to smoke up right now, dude. I just want to chill. And Guy B at the end of the year they asked Guy B at the end of the year, can you cook this? Even though he's been watching the fucking cooking channel the entire year, and he goes, I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's because he didn't give a shit. He put in no effort. He put in absolutely no effort to learn how to cook. It's the exact same thing with playing StarCraft. You have builds and build orders and people executing them for you right in front of your face on streams all the time. And if you take it upon yourself to put a little effort in, to pay attention, learn that shit, try to do it yourself, you'll overall eventually learn how to do it yourself too. But if you just expect someone else to give you the answers and you're just never gonna fucking do anything about it yourself, you're never gonna get better. Like, I'm trying to accelerate that process and make it really basic and really easy for everyone to, like, really get into and really understand by super analyzing everything. But you can only really get good if you actually want to get good and you put in some effort to get good. There's no hidden answer that just solves your problem. Why are you yelling at us? Fucking listen to me! Alright, we're getting cannon rush, guys. Okay, we're fine. Cannon rush successfully defended. A lot of Protosses like the cannon rush, man. They love cannon rushing. So the whole point of what we did here, guys, is we matched pylon for pylon whenever he put a pylon somewhere, and we matched cannon for cannon. I started 2 cannons just because I wanted to be safe and not die in my natural, because he still has the ability to tear it down the low ground. I can't push back now. I can't push this back with like my gateway units or probes or some shit, so I need to cover it. This is like the edge. I cut it off. I basically said, you can have this area. I'm gonna cut off the cannon contamination right there, and we did. We cut it off, boys. We cut the contamination, and now we can go ahead and build a cannon here and use 1 cannon to kill 2 cannons in a pylon. Keep chrono boosting my probes. Yo, Shishni, thank you very much for the 200 bits, dude. Chichny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and build a couple of gases here. Let's build a second Stargate. And we're gonna go Oracle again, just like last time. Okay, now let's grab like 8 probes, or 9 probes. 9 probes is good. Let's recall these bad boys to the next phase. There we go. Now we got a really good saturated 2 bases. And now let's go smack his base with 2 oracles. We're gonna miss the second one to catch up to the first one. So this game around, we did not go for a counter cannon rush. This is another way you can deal with it. You don't always have to counter cannon rush. But I guarantee my opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with what I'm doing now, though. 100%.
Oracle perceiving. Dimensional strings attuned. Let the threads of fate lie bare.
What's up, dude? Just tuned in for the first time. Not gonna lie, just for the war chest XP.
How can
Oh.
Usually a winter watcher, but wanted to say keep on keeping on.
Yo, dude.
Legit stream. Have a good weekend and Christmas browski.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you very much for tuning in. Happy to have finally met you, Mr. Harry Longbow. Fuck yeah, dude.
our window is short?
No probes.
Calculating strings.
As many probes as I can. Okay. No more oracles. He's going Phoenix. We are going Phoenix. He just found out I have a hidden base. So we might have to recall those probes defensively back home now. It's a chance. It could happen. But it's air versus air now. And he had the reason why he had this Phoenix prepared in time from Oracle is 100% because he scouted me with the Adept. That's about it.
Teleport successful.
We got a lot of gas right now. Let's mine some more minerals, guys. This is not good. I don't. That's. Don't know if I agree with that one. I think this actually is not bad. Because look, I have 2 fully saturated mineral lines. And my opponent definitely doesn't have, even though he just killed a few probes, my opponent definitely does not have as much economy as me. 100% guaranteed. I think we're actually fine. And now we're going into, okay, this is scary. I need to not engage those fucking guys until I have Phoenix range. He does not have Phoenix range yet. We can keep our distance at a safe distance. But as soon as I get range, which is here in just a moment, we will kill his army. There we go.
Base is under attack.
There we go, boys. Phoenix range, good in PvP.
Teleport successful. Time for battle. Warfield teleport successful.
I need to be very careful with my Phoenixes right now, though. If we somehow run into his army in a bad way, that could suck really bad. Could lose the game in a mere matter of seconds.
For honor. Understood. Teleport successful. I stalk through the storms.
Okay, we're gonna bully his Phoenix now.
I will teleport success. Base is under attack. On the way. The skies await. Teleport successful. On for call. I will comply. My base is under attack.
One stalker is not a big deal.
Understood. On the wings of justice. Teleport successful. Base is under attack.
Alright. So, let's back it up. Look at the cannon rush. Let's see this really fast. He made a Nexus way faster than I thought he would. Not gonna lie. I made a Nexus and it's finishing in the next 7 seconds. His Nexus is finishing in 7 seconds. This is a fast Nexus after a cannon rush. I guess the reason why, the only reason why I will justify this and be like, yeah, okay, makes sense, is because his cannon rush actually killed my gateway. If his cannon rush did not kill my gateway, and I had warp gate being researched, and I had another gate making stalkers and shit, if I could have done that. If I show up at his base right now with like 4 stalkers, because I've been chrono boosting warp gate, and I have like 3 gates. I have like a gate here, or even 2 gates. I could have a gate here and like another proxy gate over here, and I just counter stalker pressure him with like 4 stalkers. I 100% would kill him right now. So, did he actually see that I was going Stargate? No. He doesn't actually know, but he does know that he killed the gateway, though. He does know that. So, I think it's okay. It seems greedy as shit, but it seems it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Nick Falcon, 1988. Thank you for the prime, dude. Welcome to the V fam. Welcome to the fam, bro. Okay, anyways, let's speed it up a little bit. And now, after my Phoenix die, which is right now, my Phoenix just died, we actually have pretty much equal probe counts. Not bad. Wait. What?
LMAO. Yeah, I didn't want it for free. Just know my win rate will start falling now that I'm up against more competent opponents. Just was hoping for one Swiss Army knife meta build I could work to perfect. Like 4-gate back in the day. Also macro tips.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Proxy Battlecruisers, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Harry Long. And Shift Tuck. Thank you for the dono again, man. I appreciate it. Here, there's nothing really else on this replay, guys. This guy, he played more greedy than I thought he did, and he actually almost killed me for that. Like, I almost got fucked. Shift Tuck, I'm gonna take 1 second here. I'll answer your question again in just a second. I'll try to. But you're asking me questions that would take me more than like 5 minutes to answer, which is why it's hard to answer these questions. For like specifically giving you things. I just want to see the ladder really fast, because we might actually be at that point where we might get GM now on Protoss. My Protoss is 52. No, there's still too many. I think there's still too many. I think my Zerg is even getting kind of questionable. Because when you look at GM, and you look at this and you go, so delete everyone in here who has played literally like 5 games or less. They're not gonna get GM. That's just not how it works. They haven't played enough games. They are considered inactive. They're basically irrelevant. So right now, I'll just count it out. How many players? There are 22 slots available. We can count out how many players are likely gonna get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4 right there. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's probably the cutoff right there, is this dude, ET Phone Home. If you've played literally like less than 20 games, you're probably not going to get GM. Because you're too inactive. Because the season's now been out for like 5 weeks or 6 weeks. You're most likely not going to get it. Anyways, back to the question. I'll play another game and I'll try to answer this. Macro tips. Seriously, if you want just generalized tips, I implore you, I highly recommend you actually go watch the Bronze GM. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you have free time, I want you to type this in the chat right now. Protoss, ! Protoss GM. It's all one word. ! Protoss GM. I would highly recommend watching that. And if you don't want that, if that's not enough for you, if you need more than that, biggest tips for macroing are: don't ever fucking stop making workers if you're macroing. Literally, you don't, like, if your build is like going to continue to make probes, but you spent the last 30 seconds not making probes, that's a big mistake. You've just massively made a mistake right there. Because there's no reason why you shouldn't have kept making probes there. And find a streamer you like a lot with the way they play, and literally copy their build. Or it could be a replay. Go download like DreamHack replays, or a replay pack from a streamer. Like for me, for instance, I offer replay packs for free. There is not one build that rules all, by the way, in Legacy of the Void. Legacy of the Void has way more diversity than Wings of Liberty ever did. There are like 5 more units for every race in this game at this point in time. So you can't just be like, I'll just do one build every game and expect to win. Like, it doesn't work like that anymore. There's too much diversity in this game now. There's a lot more reaction required. Unless you're... The only way you could really just stick to one build and call it a day every game is if you're going to all in every game. So, find a... Like I said, find builds you like, find streamer you like, and try to mimic what they do. Try to understand their build and repeat that process. But yeah, there's not just like one build that's just going to beat everybody. What's up, ViBE? What's up, dude? Guys, you're asking me some long paragraph questions here. Do you guys... I'm so close to GM, man. Like 1 or 2 more wins. You guys keep making these fucking like long-ass questions. Oh my god, he's like barely in the center of it. How about doing things like constantly cycling or clicking 4-5W? Again, here's what I'm gonna say, okay? If you're someone who is asking me, ViBE, explain it to me. How do I get GM? And I say, dude, you should just watch the Bronze GM series. It's really fucking good. It'll help you out a lot. And then you're like, no, fuck that. Explain it to me. I'm not gonna tell you shit on the Bronze GM because I'm giving you the answer right there already. I'm not gonna reiterate shit I've already said like 1,000 times. I say that shit all the time. Like things like simple things like that in the Bronze GM series all the fucking time. And if someone's too lazy to go watch that, I don't care. I'm not gonna take time to physically spell it out, like the things I say in that. I will give you different advice than what the things I don't say in Bronze GM. It's not like I'm not gonna help you. But I feel like if you're too lazy to watch Bronze GM, I'm not just gonna regurgitate Bronze GM logic to you. For anyone who's wondering about that. I'm not saying the guy who asked me the question, by the way, is too lazy. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just saying in general. If saying go watch Bronze GM is not sufficient enough of a reason, then I don't see the point in telling them what Bronze GM is actually about. If that makes sense. Okay, I need to focus on this game, guys. I don't know what the hell's happening right now, and I'm being so fucking distracted right now. This could be the start of my downfall. Trying to answer all these very vague questions. I love you guys. But if you're someone who is not Master League, okay? If you're not Master League right now, go watch Bronze GM. Everything else is literally fucking irrelevant to you. 100%. That's so fucking true. Why would I talk strategy with someone who's in Platinum? When strategy is fucking irrelevant there. You know what I mean? Like, it's really irrelevant. The lower league you are, the less micro is actually irrelevant to you. Okay, we're getting Widowmine dropped, guys. This is a Widowmine drop. So now that I know this Terran player is going for Widowmines, we're going to take a third base, get a little bit more greedy, and we're going to get an Observer and Colossus. And Stalkers. You're bad, get on my level, ViBE. I mean, if you're sensitive, okay? If you're someone who takes what I said, where I say strategy is irrelevant to you if you're not at GM, or if you're not Master League, sorry. If you take that as me saying you're bad, get on my level, you are honestly too sensitive and you need to rethink about how you want to approach the internet. You need to fucking lighten up.
One build to rule them all. One build to find them. One build to bring them all, and in the darkness find them. In the land of Kuprulu where the shadows lie.
Yo, thank you for the bits. Guys, I fucking love you. Stream is doing great right now. I fucking appreciate it. But I think I need to actually really try to focus on this game because I literally was reading chat when my drop hit my base, and I already knew it was coming. Ugh. Fucking God. Rugged, dude. Where's my observer? Right on. Oh my God. Guys, this is so fucking awesome. I love losing probes all day to a build I already knew was coming. Oh, frustrating, dude.
Let our enemy know our fury.
Base is under attack.
I am here. Let our enemy know our fury.
I'm kind of already mentally checked out of this game. I'm a little frustrated right now. I've lost. There's not really a lot of analysis I can give you for this game. It's just a bunch of people distracting the shit out of me. And I play like crap. I don't mean it, guys. I love you. Thank you very much for the support of the stream. I don't mean what I'm saying right now. I am just fucking super frustrated about that game. If you want to ask me a question, okay? If you ask me a paragraph, or you ask me something that's going to basically be like, ViBE, what is the meaning of life? Where it's going to be really long answer. Don't worry if I don't respond to you. It's because you need to fucking shorten that shit up a little bit. Why no cannons? You don't need cannons. Like, that's the thing. You don't need cannons against that. You just need to pay attention. Oh man, that's frustrating. Okay. We're getting attacked heavily early game. Let's look at his larva. He's trying to attack me with all of his drones. He's still mining gas full on. Now he's not. He's not mining any gas now. Now he's making wings. This is going to be a macro opener. This is an ugly wall. This is a fucking ugly wall, guys. Sorry.
We love you vibe. Hashtag charity.
Yo, J Dilla, I love you too, man. I love all you guys. I mean, guys, I'm not even mad, okay? I was a little annoyed at that last game. Oh my god, this is actually fatty element. I need to focus. This is like he's going to drone surround me. This is as all in as you can be. We need to pull probes for this, or we die. Mineral walk through him, get on top of him, and attack. Try to save my probes and be efficient with them. Okay, we just killed the whole drone line. That was about as all in as you could possibly be. I'm just sitting on the door now. Kill the thing in my base so I don't have to worry about my probes getting attacked. Oh my god. Alright. Yo, I fucking love you guys, okay? You just gotta... This is why I might be like, god damn it, I'm trying to fucking focus here. It's because people are like, Vibe, dude, I asked you a question. Answer it, please. And I'm like, alright, dude, I'll try my best. I'm sorry if I can't give you my full attention when I'm in the middle of a game. It stresses me out a little bit. We both start getting stressed out when I'm not answering them as fast as I can be. And then I'm getting fucking, what am I dropped 30 times in a row? It can be a stressful experience. Yo, Chinchi. Or Chich, I keep calling you Chinchi. Chichny. Thank you for the 200 bits, dude. Much love, much appreciated. But guys, I appreciate it. Just know it's just, I'm being overwhelmed. Sometimes. Having to read a paragraph when I'm playing a game of StarCraft is actually really hard. And then give you a response.
Donating because the stream is great and I'm learning a ton. $10 more if you can incorporate disruptors next game.
Yo, Alorian. Thank you, man. I appreciate the 10. Beautiful. You beautiful person, you. Disruptors are really good in PvP if both players go ground, and disruptors are really good against Terran if you want to go for a disruptor stalker style. Other than that, disruptors are very niche. Like, the only person I ever see go disruptors against Zerg is really like Mechanic. That's about it. Mechanic's a god, though. Alright, let's look at it again. We're so close, guys. It'd be nice to know if my Protoss got GM and I could be done. My Protoss... It's probably still not going to get it where it is right now. We'll play again. I think like one more win and it's like a guarantee. If I can just pass like a good like 6 people here. I did say, if you guys remember, I said E.T. Pwn home. I think he was the one that was going to be the cutoff. So if I can gain 14 MMR, I think I'd make cutoff. I don't think we're there yet. Let's play one more. Dude, disruptors are not good, maybe at your level, but I am getting graped by them. 1 second, I don't look, my army's gone. Same with Widow Mines. Disruptors are amazing if the composition is correct for it. But disruptors are also a unit that requires micro. And if you guys remember, the whole Bronze GM philosophy I gave you was don't micro. Don't do more things than you can handle. Like, don't, it's like, what are you going to teach a baby, okay? Think of yourselves as toddlers, as little chillins. You're all buns in the oven right now, okay? What are you gonna teach a baby when it fucking is born and it's starting to first learn shit? Are you gonna be like, hey, let's wrap a fucking bandana around its forehead and make it run a mile? No. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna be like, let's teach this motherfucker how to crawl. Maybe eventually it can start walking a little bit and fall down a little bit. We're gonna teach you how to run. We're gonna tell a baby how to backflip before it can even crawl. You just like put it on a fucking edge of your couch and have pillows on the floor and you're like pushing it backwards. Do a backflip. No, so why the fuck are you in Gold League trying to learn how to micro like Cyril? You're not trying to backflip yet, you're trying to learn how to breathe properly. Just take your expectations down a notch and you can gradually grow them. Not expect to be a boss right from the beginning. This is not how it works. There's so... Why so toxic? Oh, I'm not toxic. I'm super nice. There's just so much to StarCraft that people don't realize. And the better you get at the game, the more you realize how complex this game actually is. Like, if you're someone who doesn't actually know StarCraft very well, you physically cannot understand how fucking complex this game is. This game is actually ridiculously complex with how many different builds and different things you gotta do with different situations. Different things about how your opponents move their units in certain ways, change the way your build works. The game is super complex. So you have to pace that for yourself and understand that and take it as you go. Literally take it step by step. Don't just try to do it all in one day.
ViBE, how dare you ignore my message?
Oh god.
I'll have you know that as a viewer I am entitled to whatever I want. You have a duty to read out my paragraphs and do what I want, when I want, how I want. The customer is always right, and I'm ordering a deluxe meal.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. That tickled my fancy right there. That was good. I do try to answer your guys' questions as much as I can. I don't want to ignore them. I don't want to, like, miss your questions. And I don't think that people, who, you know, if I miss your question, you're automatically like, fuck ViBE. I'm just trying my best to answer it, but sometimes I'm like, dude, I need a fucking second, guys. I'm sorry. This is like crunch time in the game right now with what we're dealing with. But that was funny, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. What I want, how I want, when I want.
I'm here.
Like right now, here's an example, okay? Guys, I've been playing Protoss for like a week, seriously. I'm playing somebody who's been playing Protoss for like 7 years. Right now.
Oh, yeah.
The creature has been a Protoss since Wings of Liberty. So I got my work cut out for me right now.
Where do our enemies?
He is definitely way more well-versed in this matchup than I am.
I am here in the shadows.
Is he expanding? He is expanding. He's also scouting me the same way I'm scouting him.
I will comply.
He is going for a Stargate. Let's go ahead and cancel our Robo. Let's make a council. And try to boost my my Nexuses, my Nexi.
I am here in the shadows.
All right, and he just showed me that he also has Adepts. So let's defend our economy mineral lines with our stalkers here. Okay, we just killed the depth, so there's no longer any chance I can lose probes now.
Cold is the void.
I'm not getting that shit done to me either. Let's go ahead and counter move out on him. 100%. I think we actually have a window now to fuck him up. If he does not have shield batteries, I think he's gonna get fucked by this. Chrono boost my gates right now. I need this quickly. We're going for a stalker timing. I'm getting blink, and we're making probes still. He just made adepts that died. He just made oracles that literally burned all their energy. I think he will get fucked up by this counter timing right now. I'd be surprised if he holds this easy peasy.
State thy bidding.
Focus fire the stalkers. Focus fire on the death. The oracle, I mean. Focus fire the oracle. Focus fire the sentry. Kill the stalker. Stalker takes priority here. Okay, let's back up. Not bad. We can go into I'm gonna go into disruptors and stalkers at this point now. Wait, what? I thought I already built a third base.
You require my skills.
Okay, he killed one probe to lose 2 adepts. That's really good for me.
Research complete.
You require my
We now have blink. There is the I just saw the oracle, I think. Oh no, it's a Lucid Phoenix. Let's make a pylon out in front of my third base.
here in the shadows.
And let's get ready to start making disruptors. Let's also make a pylon over here.
I'm here.
And a pylon over here. This way I can see if he pushes me from a different angle before it's actually at my base. Now, chrono boost out disruptors as fast as possible. And just keep making stalkers. This is going to require some micro on our part.
I'm here in the shadows. I am consciousness awakened. I'm here.
Mineral field.
I'm here in the shadows. You're presiding.
Something just flew to my main. I think it might have been another hallucinated scout. Let's not allow him to see. Okay, no, he's gonna 100% see it. Okay, he knows what I'm doing, so let's just move out.
Upgrade complete.
I wanted to kind of keep it a mystery, a secret, but he just scouted it without any way that I could have countered that. Just because of the timing that it all. Oh shit! Yo, Blink, what are you doing? Oh! I was somehow targeted on the observer. Okay, here he is down here on the bottom.
Presiding. You require your demands. State that. I am. I am here in the shadows. I live on. Your presiding.
It's all micro now. It's all micro.
Consciousness awake. I am here in the shadow.
Do not ever lead with the disruptors like that. That's stupid. That's gonna get you killed. We lead with stalkers, so we can always blink back and then use disruptors to pick them apart. Let's also make sure he's not flanking me and surrounding me right now.
Presiding.
This is a 3 base versus a 3 base. What I want to do is I want to pick them apart over and over with disruptors. If I can get like 3 good disruptor hits, game's over. Where are you? There you are.
Your demands. It is known.
We're paying for this free content, damn it. Thanks for ViBE to GM.
Presiding.
Fuck yeah, you built a disruptor.
Consciousness awakened. With a speak ancient. I am here in the shadows. You're ancient. I am.
Yo, thank you guys. Sorry, I'm not gonna look for just a second. This is crunch time again.
Awakened.
This game is going to be ours if we don't fuck this up in the next minute. We're gonna counterattack his base right now with zealots. We're switching into Tempest Disruptor. But I love you guys! This could be our GM game! Glorious GM game.
Direct my vengeance. Let our enemy know our fury.
So we're just fighting back. We're pushing him back over and over. We just fucked this natural up a bit. Back up. Grab all my disruptors. Let's get Dark Templar. Same thing again. Send another round of zealots around to attack his base all over again. Look at 1 second on my probes. Workers need to be fixed. Go over here. We're good. This base, we're good. It's fine. We're good. Okay, keep attacking him. Keep harassing him. Let's smack his newest base, and let's leave 1 stalker here. Let's see to make sure we don't get counterattacked. Yeah, like that.
Steep.
Okay, no more disruptors. He's got too many Phoenix. This is not worth it anymore. Just Stalker, Stalker and fucking Tempest.
Mineral field depleted.
We really need to get rid of his economy, dude. Let's send some DTs into his natural this time.
Mineral field depleted.
Same thing again, keep harassing the base. Just keep the attacks going, try to not fuck my macro up at the same time. We just killed his natural as well with DTs. So those DTs, even though we didn't micro them, they did a lot. Because now it just gave us control of his economy. Kill a bunch of probes now. Hold position stalkers is what I've done just now. Okay, run away. And we'll proceed to kite all over again. Okay, we have like 6 Tempest chilling at home. My rally point somehow got fucked up. Let's make a cannon at my bases so DTs don't become a weird problem. Let's also make a couple of observers at home. And now kite. Hey! Tempest! Baby! There we go, boys. I was trying to make disruptors work, but he went Mass Phoenix, and you can't really go disruptors anymore against Mass Phoenix. They just pick them up. If you have a disruptor, and you're shooting out a shot, and you fucking get picked up by it, by a Phoenix, you just lose your disruptor shot. It expires. Guys, here you go, boom. My Protoss MMR is now exactly the same as my Zerg, actually. It's exactly the same. We might have just hit GM, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see the contender. How close are we? 1 minute. Okay! Perfect timing! Are we going to see a finalization to Protoss? Bronze to GM? Oh my god, yo, Tattered Wing, thank you for the prime. Welcome to the VFam, dude. Watch, somehow my Zerg gets in and my Protoss doesn't. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright, boys. We have 30 seconds. Is this it? Did we do it? Did we make it? Oh my god, the timing! It's not even 30 seconds. Now this better be my Protoss. It's my fucking Zerg! What the fuck? They're the exact same!